Hello, Daniel, or anyone else who just happened to click on this random Dungeons and Dragons podcast on YouTube. But mainly you, Daniel, since you're the reason why I'm uploading it. For the perfect strangers who did click on this video, however, for a quick synopsis of what we're doing here, I am Daniel's sole player. We are playing a duet, so he is my DM and I am his only player. I will be eventually playing 3 characters so that way we can have more interesting combats and so that it doesn't get boring for Daniel as the DM that has the entire monster manual at his fingertips. It will be eventually a rogue, sorcerer, and a fighter. But I will be controlling all of them. I will be doing the RP, he will be doing the RP, and this was just a way for us to get our D&D fix because we have a great group of D&D friends, but they have busy lives, like we all do. But I live with Daniel, and we are with each other 24/7, and I'd be very confident to say that Daniel could play D&D 24/7 if he didn't have his job. So we put this little duet together for when we do feel like it, and we can just, on a drop of a dime, play this. So this is a mess. We're kind of a mess. I'm recording with my, older than dirt Blue Yeti. Daniel's a meter to my right, so he sounds like background noise. The crickets are gonna sound louder than him sometimes. You're gonna hear dogs barking, you're gonna hear the fans whirling. It's summer, it's hot. We're just doing this in a room because we want to have some D&D fun. There's also this really low volume, high pitched noise that is going to be, unfortunately, I'm so sorry, but it's for the whole episode, so you might go a little crazy. But it turns out that my microphone cable, there was something wrong with it. It's fixed in the next episodes, I promise, but you're not going crazy if you hear it. Usually when I talk, you can't hear it, but when Daniel talks, just because his volume is so low, it's very, very obvious, and I'm really sorry, but it is fixed in the next episode. Oh, and there's no, cool formal introduction, welcome to the world of. We just start this. We don't know what we're doing. We don't have a lot planned out besides some of the characters. So a lot of it is, the beginning is just us jumbling ideas together and gaining our footing. So our campaign's just gonna start, right now. If it's something like jewelry, though, she would wear it, unless it's very obviously stolen jewelry, but if it fits,
I'm gonna say it's been a bad, month for you then.
Okay.
Your reserve of money has been slowly dwindling, and there haven't been any,
No!
ostentatious or rich people rolling around with just stealable things.
Mm-hmm.
The well's gone dry.
Okay. It's okay, we'll persevere.
And it's rough, you go from drinking wine every single night and having these nice, luxurious days. You have enough money to go get, massages and spa treatments, and, you go to the theater and all these nice, rich people things, to you being like, yikes, I might do the dollar menu. Get a little rough.
You can't have the highs without the lows. You can't be the material girl without knowing what the materials are.
Can't be the material girl without slowly running your money out of existence. How do you... W-Y... What's her real name?
Her real name's Wynn.
How do you spell it?
W-Y-N-N. Like Lynn, but with a W. Because I wanted her name to start with a W.
Alright, so you're walking through this lovely little village. Now, poor, out of your mind. What is your normal... What is Wynn's, method to get money? Obviously thievery, but is it... highway robbery? Is it breaking and entering? Is it, finding someone who's, overly rich? Is it listening for, there's an artifact being moved through the town? What's her MO?
I like to think that she listens in for high-priced items being moved around, in mass. Because that way it'll be harder for people to notice when things go missing.
Okay. Now what if she's getting desperate?
If she's getting desperate, then I think she'd take a stab at... Is that what you want? Is
No,
that what
I'm
we're
just
gonna
asking.
do?
I'm trying to ask, what's her normal shit? What's her desperate shit? And what's her, never go for that shit.
Her normal shit
is large amounts of valuables that she can steal some stuff and then go unnoticed.
Yeah. Even like heisty kind of stuff. I think I would like a good bit of espionage. I would expect a good bit of espionage from her. I'd also...
Does she work with a guild, or is she completely solo?
I think she would work with guilds, but I think she's better off not, because she does not have any allegiance to anything other than herself.
Okay.
But she's more than happy to help people who are just like her, as long as they're also willing to help, and, you know, she gets what she wants.
Okay.
I also see her being very, very friendly with people. I'd like to imagine, because, I want one of her favorite luxuries to be elven leather.
Okay. It's not a thing, but I can make it a thing.
In my head, I was thinking she really likes wood elven leather, because they've been around it for hundreds of years, and they know what they're doing, and, you know, it's like the strongest...
So wait, you're not saying it's special leather, you're saying...
It's craftsman
leather that has been... leather work done by wood elves.
Yes.
Okay, I like that idea.
And she loves the smell of it, and she just loves the stuff. But
add to your inventory. I feel like this is both character, nice, but also for later on, you have a set of wood elven leather boots.
Okay.
You can have those. I think that's
okay. I think, does she have... Do I get light armor at this point, or no?
You should have whatever you started with. And I believe rogues can start out with leather armor, which is 11 plus dexterity.
Where would it say I would have armor if I had it? It says I have light armor proficiency,
inventory.
But I don't...
Those should be an inventory section.
It just says leather. Is that...
What?
It just says... I'm sorry. It just says leather. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Where?
She just has a square
Where
that
does
she
it say
huffs.
leather?
It just says leather right here. My armor rating is 14.
What's your dexterity?
My dex is +5.
No, it's not. Your dexterity.
16. +3. Wait.
go.
Oh, I'm looking at my saving throw.
So -3.
Is 11.
Okay. So you have an armor that gives you 11 plus dexterity. That's leather armor. So you're wearing leather armor.
Okay. Okay. But like
and
when
no, it is not elven leather armor. Elven leather armor will give you a +1.
I always imagined her bracers to be leather.
Her bracers? Okay.
Because I drew her bracers.
Instead of the boots, would you rather bracers?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just how I draw her. But I mean, it doesn't. She's got the armor. But
like an archery bracer?
Just, you know, something to block the full brunt of any kind of...
Like a leather gauntlet?
Sure.
Okay.
But she gets cushy with the people that she knows that are willing to give. So I'd also like to imagine her...
You think she has, like, a rich sugar mama? That she, like...
That, or, like, again, with the elves, she's like, I'm friends with a lot of elves because they love treating you like pets. And they spoil you like an animal. And that's okay, because I don't care how
because
it is.
She is an animal.
Because I want to be spoiled. And then while she's getting spoiled, she tries to take more when they're not looking, or, you know, whatever she can take in her pockets on the road.
Okay.
And then...
I don't know how feasible I'm gonna let you just say that elves will treat you like pets in this world, but...
You wouldn't... whatever you want.
Because the cliche for elves is that if they're high elves, they either treat you like lesser pet-type creatures, or they treat you like lesser in general.
Okay.
While, you know, wood elves would kind of teach you more like a naive person, but they wouldn't give you stuff. They'd probably, like, try to teach you wisdom.
Okay, it doesn't have to be elves, but, again, people that will just spoil you because they're, like, lonely,
Gotcha.
or their wife doesn't love them, or something like that.
Big yikes.
But, again, making friends with people is, like, she'll do it if she's in the mood. And then desperate, I think, would be pickpocketing. just random people. I don't think she would have... Like, if she clearly sees someone, like a noble, walking out of a noble's home, you know, with a pocket full of cash, she's gonna be like, this is just natural selection.
So the more desperate she gets, the less high stakes of a thing she does?
Yes. Yeah.
It's a little weird, but okay. Usually it's the other way around.
Well, the
If
way
you're
that I'm
afraid of
thinking
being
of it...
poor,
The way I'm thinking of it is that she does like excitement, but the pickpocketing is she doesn't know who she's pickpocketing. So she doesn't know if they're rich. She doesn't know if they're poor. And she doesn't know if that's the last 5 gold pieces that they have in their pocket. She doesn't know if that's the last silver that they need to get bread for the week.
Okay, so the more desperate she gets, the less intel she is.
The less she cares about others, I guess, would be. She's really like, listen, I need a room tonight.
So, okay, right? So when she has a lot of money...
Yes.
She can do research into, okay, there's a shipment of all of this stuff coming in, there's a lot of it, there's this, and this, and I know that they're expecting a 10% margin to be lost, destroyed, or whatever. So if
I'm that 10%.
So if I sneak in and I take that 10%, that no one's going to bat an eye, and then I get out, and I can set... Like, she's more methodical when she has the money and the time.
Mm-hmm.
But if she doesn't have the time or money, and she's like, all I know is there's a big shipment of something coming in tomorrow. I'm going in, I'm grabbing whatever I can, I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's sort of the energy?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say she's on hard times. I'm gonna say...
Sis is struggling.
I'm gonna say it's bad. I'm gonna say it has been so... It's so bad that I'm gonna say even your pickpocketing has been unsuccessful recently.
Damn, okay.
Like, as you're going around town trying to pickpocket people, Wynn's realizing there's more guards everywhere. And they're, you know, big cushy town, yeah, they're gonna have more guards because keep up the peace and all that. But they also usually are a little bit lazy because it's a nice town, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You have guards who, like, oh, my shift ends in 5 minutes, but the other guy will be here in 5 minutes, so they leave their post a little early. And the other guy's like, oh, my shift starts in 5 minutes, but the other guy has to wait for me, so I can get there 5 minutes late. So there's, like, bigger gaps in, like, guard rotation, stuff normally like that. But right now, no. It is... Something is going on, and there's a lot of eyes, and it's been really rough. And I'm gonna say Wynn is down to, like, her last 5 gold pieces.
That's rough.
Which is still a lot of money. You still aren't, like, a peasant.
But that's not material girl money.
Oh, definitely not. 5 gold is enough to survive for maybe, like, maybe 2 weeks.
Okay.
Or, like...
2 weeks if you're smart about it.
2 weeks if you're going to the shittier tavern to stay the night, and you're buying small meals, and you're not spoiling yourself at all.
Mm-hmm.
No entertainment. You're getting cheap meals that are just enough to, like, fill your stomach kind of deal, right? But if you're wanting to live that material girl life, it ain't gonna... It's 5 gold.
It's not happening.
It ain't gonna happen. So, that is what Wynn is going to be at the stake. And as Wynn is walking around, and you should roll me a investigation check or a flat charisma roll.
Or flat charisma?
Yep.
Like no addition?
Modifier.
No modifier? It doesn't matter then, because my investigation is...
What's your investigation?
0.
So it'd be just plus charisma. No, if you're like...
Well, you said flat charisma.
So plus charisma.
Oh,
Just
okay.
plus charisma.
Well, it still doesn't matter because it's just a 7.
Okay, so you're going to get just the base information. As you're walking around, you hear that a powerful, or not a powerful, but a well-known
Duke?
wizard
Lord Wizard?
is coming to town.
Okay.
And he has been out traveling the continent,
Mm-hmm.
gathering magical artifacts that he's been buying off of adventurers while he's been off on his escapades.
Magical artifacts?
Yes. And, or well, not magical artifacts, but sorry. he's traveling with a show. Like, not a show. How was it before? What are they called? When museums do, like, oh, we brought the skull of X saint here for a week, so you
like exhibits.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's basically a traveling exhibit with it. He's calling it the, like, the one...
Harem Scarum.
What?
Harem Scarum.
No. I hate you. We're gonna call it, what's the continent you live on?
Oh, God.
Do you want me to just give it a name?
It was something with a B. No, because I liked it. I have it right here. Was Vemel mine then?
Yes.
Because I'm a little vermin?
Yep.
Okay. And then the city was Eleanor.
So we're in the city of Eleanor right now?
Yeah.
Okay. And do
Or
you
the
want to
coast
be
of
on the continent of Vemel?
Yeah.
So, how do you spell it?
Vemel.
Vemel?
Yeah.
And then we're in...
Eleanor. And I spelled that Elanor.
Okay. Gotcha. Ooh, I gotta think of an adjective that starts with a certain letter. It's Vintagram's vexing exhibit of Vemel's treasures. And you hear that is coming to town.
Okay.
And all you know is that he's a wizard traveling around with a buttload of possibly magical artifacts, possibly just treasures from countless places around this continent.
Okay.
And it is coming to this city tomorrow.
For how long?
It will be staying for 4 days.
Okay. Plan so far. It's a wizard, so there has to be an alert spell, right? We have to figure out...
Would know that.
What?
Would know that. Roll me Arcana and or Investigation.
Oh, it doesn't... Arcana goes off of intelligence, doesn't it? It does. It doesn't matter. A 12.
12. I'll say you know that the alarm... You work with thieves guilds and stuff. They're like, be careful of alarm spells. You will get fucked up.
Okay.
It will ruin your day.
Okay. So there has to be an alarm spell. So the plan in Wynn's head right now is to scout the exhibit herself on day one. It's probably going to be a lot of people, right? She can afford to be a little more nosy since she'll have the crowd of people. And she can look, see where storage is. If she can, poke her head in, see if there's anything worth taking. See any routes, find the exits, the entrances. Look at the general... I don't think she would want to steal something blatantly on exhibit. I think she would try to find, like, the back, like, the stuff in the back. She's gonna scope that out first under the Assassin's Creed amount of people to blend in with.
Okay.
And then I think her plan is that she's gonna find some fucking sap to be like, oh, would you please go to this exhibit with me? It was just, I don't want to go by myself, and I heard that it was really nice on day 2. So hopefully the crowd is thinned. She knows what she's looking for. She'll just ditch the guy or gal that she goes with.
Rude, but okay.
And she will kick it from there. Because she doesn't want it to be suspicious that she comes 2 days in a row.
Okay.
Or maybe we could wait till the last day, but do we want to wait till the last day? Because if she messes up, she can't go back. And the show's on the road. How friendly are Demos and Wynn?
At this point,
Mm-hmm.
I will say...
How long has he been attached to her?
How much has he been a leech?
Yeah.
We'll
Because can this be a trust building exercise?
We'll say they have been together long enough that Wynn knows he exists,
Mm-hmm.
knows that he can do magic,
Mm-hmm.
and knows that he feeds off of her.
But has he spoken to her? You can say yes or no.
In fever dreams.
In fever dreams?
Yes. And, like, specifically on nights that Wynn has gotten, like, plastered. And, like, has been, like, and gone to bed. Like, in her mind, she kind of, like, hears his thoughts. So she thinks she's heard his voice before.
Okay.
But, you know, Demos doesn't want to connect to his food source, so he's not trying to talk to her.
I think and you don't have to respond to this is just role play. When she has moments that's just all by herself, not in the crowd of people, whenever she does stuff like this, she'll be like, so what do you think? Do I do it? Do I go on day 1 and 4 and then risk not getting anything and then I sleep on the streets? Or do I go 2 days in a row, make it look suspicious, embarrass myself because I have to go with somebody and then ditch them poor sap and get the goods
she's talking to herself?
Well, she's saying it out loud so that if the being that's attached to her also wants to give their 2 cents, they at least know the plan. But she's also trying to make the best out of, like, there's a thing in me, but that's not my... There's a thing attached to me right now, but it's not really doing anything,
so she is actually talking to Demos.
Yes.
Okay.
But she's mostly just talking it out loud, and... Well, not too loud, but... God, I don't think we want to get a second party involved, actually. Thieves Guild! What is the Thieves Guild up to? Can we check that out?
Roll me your favorite stats so far. Investigation.
That's another 4.
Okay, you can roll with advantage.
19.
Okay.
Does that count because it was just a test roll to see if I get another 4?
Well, no, you got advantage because... And that's fine, yeah, you can. You got advantage because you know Thieves can and you've worked with Thieves Guild before.
There's another 4! That was just a coincidence.
Most Thieves Guild have, like, a single place that you can go and, like, meet up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's still true for this place. The only issue is the entrance changes every single morning.
Magically?
Specifically at 3 a.m. No. Each secret entrance, there's a way you can get to move a brick or, like, you know, do this kind of deal, right?
Yeah.
However, each entrance gets sealed off and only one is actually functioning each morning.
Oh, okay.
And they swap it every single day, so that way if someone is stupid and gets caught going
snitch.
into one, the next day, if the police come to try to open the secret passageway, it doesn't work.
Okay.
So it's one of those, like, keep it secret things. So you had to do a little bit of walking around and a little bit of investigating to find the location,
Mm-hmm.
which today, it's going to be...
Alright, let me turn on my lights so that way you can see where my cursor... There we go.
It could be in this tent.
And she finally finds it. She's like, it's really not that serious. It's really not.
You go in the tent, and when you go in, you lift the sleeping bag, and there's a staircase.
Okay. That's funny.
And you walk on down, and you end up inside Thieves Guild, which I'm not going to design, because fuck you.
Yeah, we don't have the time.
Yeah, so Wynn hasn't been in here in a while, we'll say,
Mm-hmm.
because of course she doesn't want to be in here.
Because she's been living the material girl life.
And then as she comes in, she does see this, like, demon obelisk just sitting in the corner. And she comes in, and... Come on in, Wynn.
Does he have a name? You don't have to think of it.
Falcon.
Falcon? But she'll just give, a hands up, like a... Acknowledging him, acknowledging her, But no drinks today because we're saving money.
Hold on.
And then... Oh.
So she comes on in, and he's sitting there, and he has, like, a stool in the back, and he is just sitting, and he's like... She comes in, just puts his hand up, he puts the hand up, and just...
Unless, is that where she would get... Is that her information guy? Is he the general, like, I know what's happening on the streets. I know a little bit of everything.
I feel like Wynn would like him the most, just because even though he runs the bar,
Yeah.
he dresses nice.
Okay.
And he lives the material life, too. But he runs a cheap-ass bar because he knows other thieves are cheap-ass.
He's like, listen, you're gonna get your act together, or else you're gonna be eating these beans.
How's it going? How you doing?
I'm doing.
His eyebrows like raised. Oh no.
She's gonna sit at the bar and she's gonna be like, what do you know about the Vemel exhibit that's...
You better know that full name because I made it up. So You better have.
No, I didn't write it down. What do you want? What do you
So
want?
do you know who else doesn't know the name of the
No,
exhibit now?
don't stop, Daniel. You didn't tell me I'd have to take notes.
I
Stop.
thought you were my greatest note taker.
I'm not. Garen is.
Garen take notes. He just knows things. Will you write it down?
I'm writing down that this guy's name is Falcon.
It is Ventagrams vexing.
Wait, you're losing me. Ventagrams. Vexing.
Exhibit.
That doesn't count. That's not a V.
I don't
Exhibit.
know, is there another word for exhibit?
No. Exhibit of Vemel.
Of Vemel's treasures.
But she'll go up to Falcon and she'll be like, things aren't really good actually, and she's gonna throw her 5 gold pieces on the counter, and she's going to very quickly put her hand back like on top of them. She's like, that's not an offer, that's all that I have right now.
His face is like.
So things are pretty rough. What do you know about this Vintagram's vexing exhibit of valuables that's coming in?
He looks at you like, oh no.
You saw how many she counts them to make sure that there's 5 because he's in the Thieves Guild. She's like, you saw how many coins.
She has 4.
Give it. I'm not joking. This is a desperate woman. I know what you do to those beans.
Vulcan, he holds up his bare hand and then just like a wizard's magic trick.
Real dastard you are.
He goes, you can't be coming into my tavern with loose coin and not expect.
I come into your tavern with trust.
Bad idea.
He's like, what is this called again? A trust guild? I don't think so.
What am I? The guild of, giving?
Go to the church. But any words you can say to help a very desperate girl out?
Get fucked. No. I'm trying to.
She cries. Win will cry. She does have the ability.
So yeah, you come in and you start talking and you're like, is there anything that you could say to help out? And he's like,
Help a desperate girl out.
he's like, well, with only 5 coins in your pocket, I can't really, be giving out too much information on potentially the biggest heist the city has seen in quite a long while.
I'm not gonna be taking that much, just to get by. Maybe a little more.
Wonderful, yeah. You will be.
Maybe a little something for you too. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll think of you.
Now you're starting to talk about a little bit more my language.
Oh, when I get spoiled, you get spoiled.
Except that last time when you vanished into another city for only 3 months.
I go where the iron's hot.
Yes, and that's why you came back with 5 gold pieces in your hand now, isn't it? It's kind of funny you only come back in here. Now that I think
When you need something, it really
every
hurts.
time you've ever walked into my bar, you've only ever had I don't have enough money, Falcon, this time, but I'll definitely buy a drink next time.
I'm pretty sure I got plastered here plenty of times. All right.
Is that true?
Yes.
She's gotten drunk.
At least once or twice.
He's gonna roll his eyes, and he's gonna go, look, I can't be just giving away this kind of information for free. What was that thing you said when another thief asked you for a little bit of money? I'm not a charity? Is that what you said to them?
Maybe. I don't know. Was I plastered?
I don't know.
I'm a different gal when I'm plastered. You should know. But whatever I get, you can take your pick of. I don't know what any of these items will be, but you know your way around here. You know a lot of things that I don't expect you to know. Like the thing you told me about the sea foam. That's really disgusting.
Look, I read. Anyways.
But I'll grab whatever I grab, and I will give everything to you up front and center, and you can have your pick at it.
Now, hearing you tell me that you're going to let me have first pick, I have to know that's lying, right?
What? Well, I mean, if it's bangles or something, that's a girl's best friend. That doesn't count.
Okay, yeah, sure. How about this? I trade you information. You do a little job for me.
You give me information. We can do that, too. As long as it's... When is it coming? And then
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? As long as it's done by tomorrow,
Well, it's bright and early today now, isn't it?
Is
I
it?
wouldn't know. I'm stuck in the sewer all day.
It is bright and early, right?
Lovely, yes. So he's gonna wait, see the thing. And he's gonna go, alright, perfect. So I get most likely 5th pick of whatever's coming out of your haul, and you do a little task.
What are you gonna do with earrings? Rings, bangle. Maybe if the bangles are not that cute, but keep going. I'm sorry.
My laughter, you actually hear. Wynn thinks she hears laughter.
Is it empty?
Well, no, there's people here, but when she looks around, there's no one laughing at her.
Okay.
And he's gonna go, okay. Deal. You do one little task for me today.
Well, little for me or little for you?
His eyebrows drop, and his eyebrows drop for a minute, but then he's gonna smile. He's gonna be like, I walked into that one.
Of course I'll do it.
And he's gonna go, get it done tonight. I give you the information. And we're all squared away, right? Good. Simple. And he's going to just slide over a little piece of paper. And he'll be like, I've been looking for someone to do this job for me.
What is it?
It says, kill the mayor.
No, shut up. Stop pulling my leg.
Is that what Wynn says?
Yeah.
He goes, most people would run away from the idea the moment they see the paper. Flip it over.
Flips it over.
It just says break into someone's house and replace
Oh!
something for him.
You're hilarious.
He's like, we want to do the first one for
Is done.
He doesn't know.
Is the mayor a gnome by any chance?
Unknown?
A gnome
No.
that seems related?
No.
Okay. She'll when he says that, she'll be like, I'll keep it in the back of my head if I ever get an opportunity.
Oh, yeah. He's clearly joking and stuff, but he's like, okay. So, I need you to, and he pulls out a vial of what looks like perfume. He goes, swap this out for their perfume. That's all you have to do.
What is it?
Don't worry about it.
She takes it and she leaves it. Anything else I should know?
He's gonna laugh. He's gonna go, you finally learned to stop asking questions. Wonderful.
No, I didn't learn to stop asking questions. I learned when to stop asking questions.
Good. Look, it's just a little potion in a perfume bottle.
So she goes to snip
No.
it.
She skipped out on me on a date. The potion is just gonna make her be basically.
How could she?
Drunk for
If maybe
16
she
hours.
has, does she have a ring on the finger? Perhaps.
Let's not talk about that. Anyways, it's just gonna make her basically drunk for 16 hours after she sprays it onto herself.
That's just me on a good day.
Yeah, see, it's not too bad.
He's like, I'm doing her a
Look,
service.
it's petty revenge, and if you happen to, I don't know, take some of her shit, that's not my problem.
Okay. Any dogs?
I didn't get to go to her place, so I don't
Oh, because she stood you. Oh, of course.
Thanks,
Oh my
thanks for
god.
bringing that up. You know, cutting me deep again.
And then
I'll remember this one next time I pay you out.
I'm sure you will. And I think with that, she's gonna go ahead and she's gonna make her way out of the tavern, and she's gonna say, "Consider it done," and she's gonna go out to the house and just scope it for now since it's broad daylight, unless there's nobody in there.
Sorry? Put the place out?
Yeah, she wants to scope the place out for... You also have to help me be a thief here, because she's been a thief a lot longer than I have, and
Okay.
she could be the star of an espionage movie, but I have not watched too many of them. But I imagine she tries to inconspicuously, because you're gonna notice someone, scoping your house, you know?
Yep.
So, whether it's just, she's trying to act like she's just taking a nice leisurely stroll. Maybe she'll nab a basket and act like, oh, I'm coming home from the market. Or, oh, I'm going to pick some onion grass off the side of the road, But, trying to, look through the windows
So
while...
the issue staking out is usually staking out will be a several-day process
I know.
of, learning who's home at what time and when you can do stuff. So...
No, right now she just wants to see, if there are dogs. If there are obvious, noise factors.
Roll me investigation.
I should have made her smarter. 15. That is that is as good as it's gonna get.
With disadvantage. No, I'm just kidding.
I would have done it. You saw me going for it.
There are no signs of dogs. You're not hearing any barking. You don't see any fencing. You don't see any place for, like, dogs to get chained up to. You don't see any, like, dog shit in the front yard. Like, there's no signs that a dog is within the home.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, you also don't hear signs that there aren't. Like, there's no obvious signs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Wind throws a rock in the back just to make some noise and see if a dog reacts, but you don't get anything, really. But, for all you know, there is no signs of dog.
Okay. Are there signs of movement?
Do I make you roll it? No, with that 15, I'll say you also don't see any overt signs that someone is home, either. There's lights on, however.
What room?
All of them.
Is this house kind of far off from... Oh, no, it's actually... Is this, like, geologically, like, right here?
No, geologically, I'm going to say this is in the nice part of town. The nicer part of town.
But there are people that, if I scaled the side of this building, would obviously see me.
Not that they'd obviously see you, but if someone could see you, it would be obvious to see you.
There's two things going through my head right now.
Okay.
And it's that
And
she
neither
can...
of them are good ideas.
She can either, right, try to act like she's selling things door to door to see if anyone's in the home.
Gotcha.
You know, knock like, hello, embarrass herself, like, who the fuck, no one's gonna be like, no, I don't want any spring fucking onions, you know, something she just ripped out of the ground.
Gotcha.
Or, you know, they're like, yes, sure, we love helping the poor, and she gets like a pence, who, you know, would, but either way, she's
There's
still...
no downside except for disappointment in herself.
Yeah, or she could just go straight to scaling and just finding access to the bedroom and going in and going out and not wasting her time with going through the house, regardless if there are other people in other rooms, because she just needs to get into the one room.
Okay.
That is what I'm thinking about right now. And I don't know what I'm leaning toward.
You don't know what you're waiting for?
I don't know what I'm leaning toward.
So what were your two options? See if anyone's home selling door to door?
Yeah, and just act like I'm selling something.
I will say,
Uh-huh.
what's your athletics?
My athletics is... I am not feeling... I'm just kidding, no. My athletics is 0, but my acrobatics is +5.
And what's your deception and persuasion?
My deception is +7, and my persuasion is +5.
So would you rather rely on a +7 and 5 to let you talk your way out of looking like an idiot? Or would you rather rely on a 0 and a +5 to get you out of scaling the wall? Now, scaling the wall is easier. You only have one thing to do.
Yeah.
Get up, get in, swap, and you're done.
Yeah.
While if you do your deception, then you have to open the door, see how many people are there, lie your way out of not being suspicious, and then go about your business.
Yeah.
But you have a higher score to rely on. And via my rules, depending on how you talk, you might make it very easy and not even have to roll. So.
I think we will do the door. That's a really good way to put it. Look at you, Daniel. I think she will grab some shit herbs then. Like, literally, like, this is a fucking root. Or anything that would be, like, feasibly
Also,
sellable.
think about what Wynn also has on her. We
Leather?
We canonically know she also has bangles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she, like, has her jewelry. She's a material girl. So she could take off a group of bangles and she's like, I'm poor already. Might as well act like I'm selling jewelry to the rich nobles. And if it goes well, I get money and lose some jewelry. And if it goes poorly, then I leave. But I get to keep my jewelry.
Yeah, sure. We can do that then.
Okay. So you knock?
Yeah.
Now, what would be more interesting to you? Someone actually being home or someone not?
Why are you asking me?
I want this to be fun for you. It's a duet, so it's more important that you get more moments that are customized to your experience, but I still get to add my curveballs to them.
Can we do someone is home, but can we also say that I have one bottle of liquor somewhere?
Yes, and sure.
Okay.
So you knock?
Yes, but in her basket that she got from somewhere, she has her jewelry for sale. She has some candles in there.
Where'd you get the candles? You didn't ask me for candles.
I have it in my inventory.
Are they fancy candles or are they normal candles? Because
It just
I'm
says...
pretty sure those are adventuring candles.
It
Which
says
means it's just boring normal
candles.
wax.
It just says candles, but it's also there with the bottle of wine or liquor for, you know, a little gift basket, a little jewelry for the missus, some candles and wine to set the atmosphere, and that's just what she's selling.
Okay. So, you knock?
Yes.
Alright, there is a pause, and eventually the door opens.
Okay.
And what you see before you... She is not a tiefling to your knowledge. However, she seems to be growing horns like a tiefling,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't look like they're made out of the same material as tieflings. You've seen tieflings before. They're more like ivory kind of stuff, or like more rock looking. Hers are very deer-like,
Mm-hmm.
out of the material, but they're coming out sort of goat-like. And so she's standing there, and she's dressed in very nice formal wear.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's then on top of it, she's wearing like jewelry up to her shoulder, on both arms, rings all over her hands. She has like earrings that have a lot of like dangly bits to them.
Okay.
And
Another material girl.
I need you to roll me a charisma check. It's gonna be what
It's 15.
I'm gonna call this a stereotyping role, where your experience of just walking around and meeting people, you've gotten to sort of be able to look at them.
Poor.
No, there's an actual ability I'm just gonna give Win, for this.
She can smell the broke on
Kind of. You have the Mastermind Rogue ability. That is called...
I put my pen there.
Insightful Manipulator, but it doesn't actually give you the power to manipulate anyone. If you spend at least 1 minute observing or interacting with another creature, this doesn't have to be a minute, I'm going to allow it to be a roll, but you can learn certain information about a creature and its capabilities. You could learn intelligence score, wisdom score, charisma score, and class level, if any. But for me, this ability is, instead of that info, you get to learn kind of like, based on how they're dressed and how they act, what their profession is. Are you writing that down?
Yeah.
And Win, what you see before you is a witch.
Aww. Why would he be going out with a witch?
What?
She's a lesbian! That's why she stood him up!
Is that your thought?
Yes!
That's a lesbian.
That's a lesbian, but I'm right there with you. Okay. But she is going to start
And
off.
I'm gonna say she's a little bit taller than Win. Maybe 2 inches.
How tall do you think Win is?
How tall is Win?
Why are you saying that if you don't know how tall she is?
You don't tell me how tall she is. How tall is Win?
Win is about, we'll say 5'5".
5'5"? Okay, never mind. She's more along the lines of like 5'8".
5'8", okay. That's still pretty tall. Actually, no, I think that's technically standard for women. I think women are, in America at least, are supposed to be like 5'7".
And I'm gonna say this, and it's just because it is in my head, and no, I'm not baiting you into this, but she does look like Cuddy from House.
Ah! But she'll greet her, and I can see... What's going on back here? Oh, witch stuff, right?
Yes.
We're gonna start off abrasive, because what I would like to do is I would like her to get kind of close and personal, and the intent is I want her to come in and act like, oh, hello, good morning, how are you, and trying to come and like give her a handshake, but as she's giving her a handshake, she kind of leans in past the doorway to see if she sets anything off.
Okay. I'm gonna need an insight check from you. And first of all, what do you actually do though? So hi, good morning. How are you?
Yeah, she's just like holding her basket, and she like, I want her to make it look like she's just doing it very eagerly.
Mm-hmm.
But that is what I said is her intent.
Okay. Roll me just an insight check then. I'm gonna say like you're a salesperson kind of vibe right now, so you could just.
17.
Actually, no, sorry. I will count that 17, but first roll me, because you're not a salesperson. What are you doing? You are acting, you're performing. So roll me a performance check.
But I don't have Well, we could do either or. My performance and my insight are both +3, so we could use that 17 for either or, whatever
Do
you want.
that 17 to be for the performance or the insight? Either way, you have to roll both.
The performance.
Okay. And roll me insight.
19!
Yeah, so you are completely able to play off that you are this annoying, like, over-enthusiastic salesperson. And, like every human being who has to open a door to a salesperson, there's always that moment of, like paralyzed by, what's the term? By, like, self-fulfilling prophecy of, like, oh, I'm gonna have to deal with this person. They're gonna be so nice that I can't be mean to them. And then you open the door, and then immediately you get hit by exactly that. And they're like, oh, hi, how are you doing? Are you ever Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? And then you're like, there's no way to, without just being a dick, like, get them to stop immediately. So you see a little bit of dread, and you get that whole performance off. And because she's paralyzed, you're able to, like, reach in and, like, grab her hand to shake it. And, like, while you're doing that, you lean, like, most of your body through the doorway. And with your insight check, you can see something goes off in her head. Like the moment you pass that line, it's
an alert spell.
Yeah, you get, like, a ding, like, in her head kind of vibe. So, yes, an alert spell is going off the moment you cross the threshold into her home.
The plan is updating. The plan now involves a chicken. Because we're going to find an open window that isn't the bedroom. We're going to fling the chicken through. And while the chicken is in, we go into the bedroom. Maybe it'll involve a second chicken, small possum of some kind, whatever she can get her hands on. Because the more she can throw this alert spell, because she doesn't have Dispel Magic. Demos doesn't even have Dispel Magic, but I don't think they're on those terms yet. This is just her by herself.
Can you do me a favor and tell me Demos' spell list?
His spell list is... Cantrips are Firebolt, Mage Hand, Message,
Gotcha.
Minor Illusion,
Gotcha.
and Poison Spray.
Okay.
Level 1 spells
Gotcha.
is Burning Hands.
Gotcha.
You'll like this one, Catapult,
I love that spell.
Disguise Self,
Okay.
Dissonant Whispers, Unseen Servant.
Does she have second level spells?
He does.
Okay.
Darkness,
Gotcha.
Invisibility,
Okay.
Knock,
Okay.
Shadow Blade,
Gotcha.
Wither and Bloom. And that is all for now. There's all the little baby Shadow gets. Little baby man. Little baby.
Alright. Roll me percentile.
Alright. The chickens are happening with it. I got a 5 and a 70. 75?
75.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to take over Demos.
Okay.
And as you are talking and starting to formulate this ridiculous chicken...
and local foliage and fauna and a lizard.
You're going to see... you see that potion, get up, and it just slips through the crack in the open window on the left and is out of sight now. So it's now sitting right here. Do you see?
Where? Oh, I do see it. Where was that?
It was on this table. Inside.
Okay.
And that's what you see so far.
We won't think about that right now. We won't think too hard.
And as that happens, actually, you see another, like, in her head, and she, like, looks over at this window. Back to you.
And then when we'll get back onto her spiel of like, hi, I'm I'm selling some jewelry around. Just what's the most eloquent way I can make this without sounding stupid?
I am going to need you to start playing something up because as you're starting to say that, she's like, I actually have a witch's brew going right now. I can't be talking. Might burn down my entire house, so I really do have to go. I'm sorry. And she's gonna like start trying.
Oh, she's no. Like, would you mind if I come in? It's really not useless stuff. And she'll show her basket. She's like, just rings for you and the Mister or Mrs. You know, whoever's home. We can
say that, and she looks confused that you think that they have a significant other with your 19 insight.
Okay. We can sit down, we can try them and size them and see if there's anything you like. Only, what would jewelry go for? Because she's just gonna say 5 gold pieces each.
5 gold. What's the quality?
She's a material girl, Daniel.
Okay, if it's very fancy stuff, I'll say you could probably sell each one for 5 gold pieces. I feel like that's acceptable. And I'll say Win could probably maybe have 12.
12? Okay. She's 5 gold pieces each. You know, if it fits, it's yours. They're all from different places around Eleanor, from very fine craftsmen, and candles for mood, and liquor for yourself, since I guess she doesn't have anyone else in the home.
Okay. Roll me persuasion to be able to persuade your way into the home.
That's 11.
I want you to think, because I in my mind set this DC pretty high because
I don't know what I'll do if I'm in the house, unless I need to use the bathroom.
The reason why I would say that is mostly just because think about personally. Would you ever let a salesperson into your house?
No, I wouldn't.
So I set the DC pretty high.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not mad about that. I would do the same thing. I think everyone in the world would be like, yeah, no. That's how you get murdered.
I'm really sorry. How about you come back later and maybe I could try a few. I am looking for some nicer jewelry, but again.
Does she mean that?
Insight check.
A nat 20! And that's the only one I'm gonna get for the night.
She does seem genuine about wanting to buy.
Because she would have hurt Merchant Wind's feelings if she didn't mean that. But she said, "Oh, okay. What's something a seller can say that to make you feel even worse as a goodbye? What is the most like you should feel guilty goodbye you can say? Have a blessed day."
And what if she's not religious?
She's not.
No,
She'd still say it though.
Yeah, it's that pagan goth witchy vibe.
But they can still be blessed by their pagan entity. Yeah, shut up, bitch. She said later. How later did she say?
Are you asking like when to come back?
Yeah, that's what a merchant would say too. What one would be a good time to come back?
And she's being genuine about it. Roll me a d4.
2.
She says in about 2 hours.
Okay.
Gives you 2 hours to make a plan, or 2 hours to break in, while knowing that she's there.
Well, my hope is she's saying 2 hours, but you know, I plan on going out somewhere in 4 hours, so I won't be home if you come any later. But that's okay.
She says come back in 2 hours.
She just says come back in 2 hours. Okay, alright. And Wynn's like, I could fit probably 2 chickens and 3 lizards in this basket. Okay, no, but she'll just end the conversation, though. She'll be like, oh, okay, thank you. I will see you in 2 hours, then. Good luck brewing.
Thank you. And then she's going to... And the door is going to...
And then I would like to sneak over and grab this bottle.
Alright, you sneak over and you grab that bottle. So I'm gonna actually just put it back in because it's a nice bit of scenery because it is a different color. So you pick it up, and it is a unlabeled potion of some kind.
Has Demos done anything physical ever?
I'm gonna let you decide that.
I want to say no.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the first time.
Well, would she know that?
I'm gonna let you decide.
I want to say no. God, does she know anything about potions? Would she know anything about potions? Would she know that you should not sniff them first thing if you want to figure out what they are?
I mean, I'm sure she would know things like healing potions exist, and
yeah,
that's about it. Without an Arcana check.
I'm gonna have her walk back a ways, but while she's doing that, she'll be looking it over, and I will do that Arcana check.
Okay.
I got 12. The 1-7 I got has been the only time I rolled under a 10.
Okay. And with a 7, you take a look at the potion and
I got the 1 out right now.
take a look at the potion and it is a strange, like, shimmering blue. It's really kind of mesmerizingly beautiful. Inside this, like, it's blue and translucent, but then there are opaque little, like, star shapes. Not like actual star, but like the four-pointed star shape. And
Yeah.
they're just sort of floating in this liquid and moving around. And you'll know it is a recreational potion. That's all I can really tell you that you know.
I would like to sniff it.
You'd like to sniff it?
Yes.
It smells of intensely sweet, and it smells like blueberry syrup.
Aww. What did she smell like?
What did she smell like?
Yes.
She smelled like... You didn't ask. Nope, you didn't roll me.
Ah!
Why are you asking?
Did she smell like blueberry syrup too?
It... Oh, actually, no. What it smells like is...
No, it wouldn't make sense, because that was clearly her brewing station. Why would she have her toiletries near her brewing station?
Oh, you're saying is it her perfume?
Yeah, I was...
It is not in a perfume bottle.
Because right now...
It is clearly a potion. I will tell you that with your
okay. I was gonna say, right now, Wynn thinks that this is a random, like, move the fuck over potion. The ability to move,
the potion?
to phase through a wall. She's just like...
She's like, that's a weird potion. That's really hard to, like, keep somewhere, I bet. But no, as you inspect the potion, it is this blue liquid with these little stars in it, and the stars have like a yellow shine to them.
Mm-hmm.
And as you start to sniff it, you get a lot of different smells, and every smell is fruity. Blueberries and pineapple, and it swaps between like a fruit punch kind of smell to sometimes it's like a tropical.
It's a transformative smell.
Like a tropical thing, and it just smells intensely sweet.
Okay. Do we have any alchemists in the area?
In town? You
Yeah.
probably do.
Anyone that just is a good soul and just likes to do things for the hell of it?
Roll me percentage. To see if Ren... let's see. Is Wynn the kind of person to try and make friends?
Yes, she has not connections, but I would imagine that she's just like, I know just the person. Well, not all the time, of course, but like, if she was ever, she's like, I do know a guy that knows how to like whittle a very specific wood because it came up in a conversation one time because I was pickpocketing him.
So Wynn is the very sociable, make a list of people.
She's not shy at all. I think the only time she would ever be shy if she knows that a person is connected to something she's going to steal, but in a very specific way. Like, as in, like, if I get more sociable with this person, they may be able to connect me to this. But if it's just, like a guard or something, or, like, someone not important, like, that's involved with her thievery, she wouldn't really mind. But if she's, like, clearly, like, this person's clearly important enough that, like, I could look suspicious to them, and they could, like, ID me.
Like the guard of the king you're supposed to assassinate.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. Or like the knight that is best friends with the king.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, so
she's not,
roll the percentage, and with that information, I'm going to say you have a 65% chance of knowing an alchemist who you could just get to help you out. Specifically, that means you have to roll a 65 or lower.
Okay.
So that 10 dice
has to be
if you roll anything
below
higher
a
than anything higher than a 6.
Yes.
Pretty much a no.
63.
There you go. So you do.
Oh my god!
Let's get
you can look at it too. It's 6 and 3.
Give me
or 16
a name and gender and race for your alchemist friend.
Oh god, don't do that to me. Let's make it an ASMR. I've never had an ASMR friend. I've never had friends. I'm just kidding. Let's say female. Because I only talk about men.
We all know why.
Lidori.
Okay.
And Wynn's gonna call her Lori Dory.
They hate it.
I think it's cute.
But
There's a name here. She could have been named Wal Salar. I don't know what kind of name that is. War Salua. Wal Salua.
Sorry, since this is your alchemist friend, I assume you probably will.
No, you're fine. I'm trying to think of a good way to lie to her without saying I stole this potion.
Is when, like, I have to protect my sweet, sweet ace of my child.
Yeah, she's like, she can't be reliable for anything that I do. If I lie to her, then nothing can hurt her.
Well, a lot of things can hurt her, but...
You know.
It's not my fault at that point.
What do I say? It's a clear, like, very clearly alchemist potion?
Like an alchemist made it, obvious? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Like, could I pawn it off like I thought I was buying perfume? Or, like,
How dumb has Wynn been in front of Potion Girl?
Well, her arcana's not negative, but it is 0.
But how dumb has she acted in front of her is what I'm asking. Or, I mean, you can always lie and say you were drunk when you bought it.
I don't want to say she's stark fucking stupid into her, but
Into her? What?
Like, talking to her.
Oh, okay.
I think the best thing would be, like, she was just drunk, she got plastered, and, yeah, and she found it. And it started floating. So she doesn't know what to do with it. See, she found it when she was drunk, but it's so pretty, she thought it was just, like, a really cool centerpiece. So that's what she's been using it for, but it just moved all of a sudden. So she really doesn't know if it's a centerpiece anymore. And it smells really good. So maybe it's, like, potpourri, but she just wants to make sure because it's, like, sparkling and liquidy. And, you know, that's your vein of stuff.
Okay. So that's your plan. So what's going to happen is... Alright, you gonna knock?
Yes. Or do I just come in?
Alright, so you come in?
Yes.
Do you just barge in? Like,
yeah. Hi, Lori Dory!
Alright, let's see. So you smash in the door,
yes.
and you hear a scream, and then you hear a cup shatter.
Aww.
And she is sitting here on her little chair, and she was reading a book and drinking tea, and when you came in, she dropped the teacup and just and she's like, she's tensed up, and like, she's like, please don't kill me.
I'm not here to kill you. And then she's gonna come over and she's gonna help pick up the shattered pieces.
And she's like relaxing slowly.
And then she's like, but if you think someone's gonna come in to kill you, you shouldn't leave your door unlocked.
I didn't. You look back and you see her lock was like a piece of wood in between the doorknobs.
You don't have a proper lock on there. That's a piece of wood,
She
love.
like looks a little nervous. She's like, I could have talked to the locksmith today.
You couldn't?
No. And she's and what you know
Is the locksmith a hottie?
Yeah, sure. And she's very socially anxious.
Oh, okay.
She's the like, you know how Danny's like, you know, I was supposed to go to the mechanics to get my oil changed, but I have anxiety, so I just kept driving it.
Christy, will you make my Build-A-Bear for me? Because
Yeah.
they're gonna make me do that dance.
Basically, that's her.
Oh.
You said Lori Dory?
Yeah. Ladori is her name, though.
Oh. And despite the light level in here, I'm gonna say it's like like kind of obnoxiously bright.
Cause she's an ASMR.
Yeah, and like,
The light of God is with her.
there's like floating. There's just like floating. Oh, why'd I go to the next floor? There's just floating little fires all over the. Keep going to the room above. Fuck it. It's just like it's sort of bright, and it's just naturally her existence makes.
Everything brighter.
Makes things a little bit brighter. Especially because she's been living here for so long, and so she is like, yeah, I was supposed to talk to the locksmith. Couldn't do it.
She's like, yes, you can. You can't let his chiseled biceps and fine pecs intimidate you like that. Pretty people can't get everything they want.
Each word you say only makes her more like.
But never mind about that.
She's like, last time I saw him, he did the thing, you know, when
They move their
characters
boobs.
can move their pecs and stuff. And she's like, it's not fair. He works out in front of the looks.
He gets to work out half naked and it's allowed. Ignore his charming looks because I need your help with something right now. And then she'll pull out her bottle and then she'll explain like, I thought it was a centerpiece, but it's clearly moving and it smells really good and it moved and what is it?
She's gonna be like, you know I don't like just touch things and know what they are, right?
No, I'm not gonna drink it.
I'm not gonna drink just a mysterious potion that you found.
So, we'll figure out what are you doing, you know?
So let's go to my lab downstairs.
Okay!
So yell at me.
I should just go outside?
Basement is outside. And you find
It's flooded.
This is where she put all of her lock money into because so you see this is where all of the one time she was able to talk to the locksmith, all of the money went into this, and you see there are like 20 locks on this thing.
Okay, yeah.
And she's like,
with the same key?
no, actually. And
Does
then
she
she opens the door. And as a rogue, you are like, I would fucking hate to unlock this door.
Yeah.
And inside she comes, and there are not supposed to be bones. Why does everyone always put bones?
She's like, you weren't supposed to see that.
And it's only the bones of the evildoers, okay?
Ah, what makes them evil?
They kill puppies. Anyways, so she
What if
comes
the
over.
puppies were evil? What if the puppies ate kittens?
Puppies don't have the ability to be evil. God told me.
God tells you a lot of... How about God tell you to go talk to the locksmith?
No. And then she starts...
She's like, he has.
She puts the potion down and takes a little bit of it out with a pipette and, you know, starts doing a few, like, experiments on it. And when she's done, she stops and she goes, where did you get this?
It was drunk. I was having a great time. You should have been there. I know I always invite you, but you never come. I completely get it, though. But I don't know. I just woke up with a few odd things in my place, and this was the oddest.
You don't know at all where you got this from? Like, no clue.
Well, I mean, it It was someone from the tavern, but I don't know if they're still in the area. I don't know if they weren't from the area, if they were a wizard, if they were a warlock. I don't know if that's a thing that people say out loud. I don't know.
I'd say warlock, but
Yeah, I don't know if people know what warlocks are or
Okay.
not. Like, I don't know their ilk. I just know that we all had a very grand time a very long time ago. A Gatsby scenario. We don't know who that is.
he's the crazy guy who died on the side of the road.
That was run over by a
The carriage. Does he get run over?
No, it's one of the girls, I think. I think it's one of the girls. No. Yeah, maybe? I read the book 3 times, by the way.
Anyways, she's going to, like, take off her glasses and, like, rub her face. And she's going to say, you have one of Imara's potions. I don't know how you did that.
Who's Amara?
And she pauses, and then she's like, you're gonna make me say it, aren't you? The really hot druid lady.
Oh, the really hot druid lady.
Stop! And she's like, stop! You already have me on the locksmith, you can't do this one.
There's many fish in the sea. No one says that you can only catch one.
You're terrible. And she's going to, like, cover Wynn's mouth, and she's going to go, no. And she's gonna be like, she covers her mouth and she goes, Lady Sune will never fucking hear those words.
Is that her god?
That's the goddess of love, yes. Sune. She's like, she will not hear the slander out of your mouth.
You're gonna look at me and tell me I'm wrong?
She goes, there are many kinds of love, but the fleeting kind is the worst.
Is it fleeting if it's never been even in motion?
I'm not gonna help you anymore. I'm gonna pour this potion out now.
Wait, but this would give you a great time to talk with Amara. I mean, I am not finding any use for it, so...
She's like, she doesn't sell her potions.
An even better... Oh, how did I get it? But an even better excuse to go talk?
And make myself look bad? Like, hi, I found your lost potion that there's no way anyone could have gotten it from your home.
Just say it ended up on your doorstep or something. You are like, would the village know her as like the
Town alchemist.
The town alchemist?
Sure.
Or, it's like, dropping a baby at an orphanage. Same thing. Just a random potion ended up on your doorstep.
The first time she's been snippy, she's like, oh, like you? See, I could be mean too. And like, there's a moment pause, and then she's like, I'm seriously sorry, I'm so sorry. Like,
I was going to talk to the locksmith for you, but no, it's fine.
I'll do it. What do you need?
It's honestly fine, and I wasn't a baby. Well, what does it do, first of all?
I'm not comfortable discussing, the secret lessons of Sune with you.
Is it an aphrodisiac? Lori Dory, tell me if it's an
I
aphrodisiac.
don't like that name.
What it... Oh,
It
Lori
makes you
Dory.
sound
I thought
bad.
she meant aphrodisiac. I was like...
No. She's like, it makes me sound like a child, and you say it in front of all of the hot people.
I'm sorry if that makes you uncomfortable, but it's very cute. I think they think it'd be cute, too. I bet they do think it's cute. But is it? What is it? Come on.
Yes, and it makes you taste like it smells. And makes you smell like it smells.
I'm keeping it.
So you just snatch the bottle?
No, she'll snatch it, like, jokingly. But she'll say no. She'll be like, no, I think this would be a really good opportunity to go talk to your girlfriend. Come on, don't eat.
Roll me persuasion. It is I'm gonna set it now. It's a DC 18.
Can I get it lower with a little bit of talking?
Go ahead.
Come on, it may be hard at first, but listen, you've seen her house? Well, no, I won't say that actually, because I don't want her to know that I know who. She'll be like, you said she was a druid, and she made this? Even if you two don't end up as a married couple, you two could be very good friends. I mean, you'd have so much in common already. You do have so much in common already. This potion shows how much you have in common already.
What does she mean by that?
Alchemist, druid, that's
Okay,
alchemizing in the woods.
I thought you were talking about aphrodisiac.
Oh, no, she doesn't mean that. She just means the brewing and, the science, the magical science, and, very compatible. They're doing the same thing. They could move in together. They could magically merge their houses together. A 15? Okay. Persuasion?
Yes.
I think it's a +5. I got a 13. I think I made this. Yeah, 18.
Okay. You didn't have to lower the DC.
I didn't have to lower it, but I have to. Once it's rolled, I can't be like, well, Daniel, let me kiss your feet right now to get it lower.
She's gonna go, okay, but I'm not doing it if you're not there with me.
Oh, fuck, I wanted her to do it by herself, so that way she could sneak into her room.
Obviously.
While they were.
Okay, but now start thinking of ways to either tell her not to. Because you didn't beat the number by 5. If you would have beat it by 5, I would let you gas her up enough to go by herself.
So you're telling me I need a good excuse to flake on her by myself, to make her do it by herself,
or
because I can't just show up with her, because wait, you were supposed to be the ring woman,
True.
I could just be like, I can't hold your hand. I've given you the key to the door. Besides, I don't want her thinking I took it.
Roll me persuasion.
Okay.
Beat a 10.
Beat a 10. I got an 11.
Okay, that's all you need.
I got an 11.
Okay, that's all you need. For this whole interaction, I would like you to take 2 inspiration.
Woohoo!
And she is going to go. She's gonna go, no. Unless you help me figure out what the fuck I'm gonna say before we go.
I told you, baby left at the orphanage. You knew it was her signature potion. That screams romance right there. I don't know what else I can tell you. That's textbook. I think your lady would be very proud of you.
Does Wynn genuinely think she has a chance to get a date with her?
She thinks anything's possible.
I will ask this again.
Honestly, yeah.
Is Wynn just being manipulative?
Yes. And, I mean, my girl can't be that ugly, right? She takes some sort of care of herself. Roll the homely scale.
Roll the hotness scale. She's an 8 out of 10.
See? Listen, you have nothing.
But her social skills are, I don't have to look, 1 out of 10.
She's a druid. She can't fall too far from the tree.
I said druidic.
Druidic?
So she's a witch. She does nature magic.
And she stays inside her house half the time, too. I bet you two homebuddies will just, have a telepathic bond. You're already gonna start as friends without saying words.
Alright, with your faith, I will say, yeah, alright. But she still doesn't know what to say. And so, I assume you, tail her? And
how sketchy would it be if she just they walk and talk, and as, they get cut off here, she's like, listen, you're good, pep talking her all the way, and she's just like, listen, when you're done, you can come back, I'll come visit you, I'm sure it'll go fantastic, and you can tell me all about it, but I don't want to interrupt anything going on between you two, because she might just invite you in. Which would be good, because if she gets invited in, I would also like to try to come in the same time she does, just in the bedroom.
Where's the chickens and the iguanas and the possums?
Well, I mean, if I have someone triggering the alarm for me already, I might as well take advantage of it.
Okay. I will say... Roll me an Arcana check.
12.
If you would like to succeed, I'm going to need an inspiration point.
You can have it.
Okay. As you're walking, you're setting up this plan, you have an epiphany. If she has multiple windows covered,
Mhm.
and they're all over her house, from what the other thieves and stuff have told about this alarm spell, that's way too far for one alarm spell. So either each window has its own individual spell, or different sections of the house have different spells.
Mm-hmm.
So if...
That's a lost spell.
Lost spell. So if it were to go off, say, on one window, she'll probably get a trigger of that window. And if, you know, someone walks in through the door and someone comes in through a different window, she might get 2 pings.
But what if she's already psyched out because she got that ping from earlier? Would I not know that?
You don't know if she would be psyched out by it.
Do I take the chickens? And as they're having a conversation, oh no, I don't want it to be a chicken. Does it have to be a living creature for alert?
With that inspiration point, I can tell you. First of all, it's not alert, it's called alarm.
I'm sorry. Alerts the feet. I'm just saying that because Demos had it at one point.
Whenever a tiny or larger creature, so it doesn't have to be a creature of some kind. So that means rats, mice work, because they're squirrels.
What's scoopable? What's very quiet and scoopable?
What do you mean by scoopable?
That I can... I'm thinking a lizard.
Yeah, lizards don't make noise.
They're very judgmental. And it's gonna weigh heavily on Win. She's like, I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding, no.
Roll me dexterity to
Okay.
catch some lizards. And what I'm gonna say is...
I already rolled the die.
Okay.
What were you gonna say, though? I got an 8.
Would you like to pick it up and re-roll after I say what I'm gonna say?
If you don't think it's cheap, then sure.
Go ahead.
It would be, in total, it would be a 11.
Pick it up. Because what I'm gonna say is you can get 1 lizard for every 2 above 8. So 8 gets you 1. No. 10 gets you 1. And every 2 past 10,
Oh, okay,
you get
okay.
an additional 1.
Okay, well, no, that's alright. I think I can work with 1 lizard. No.
You
No, I
re-roll?
don't want to feel... No, because now I'm gonna roll worse. Will you take away my first lizard?
Maybe. You have an inspiration point.
I do, but No, I want to save this. I want to save this just in case something goes bad in the house.
Is Wynn genuinely gonna go help her with the locksmith? Or was that just... her
No, she'd probably embarrass her, but she'd help her.
You may have 1 more inspiration point.
Then I'd like to use that other...
Okay, go ahead and make a reroll then to see if you get multiple lizards.
I don't. I have one
Yeah,
lizard.
roll 1 more because you have advantage on this roll.
A nat 20.
Oh my
I have
God.
all the lizards. I have so many lizards. I got...
get 10 in a bag. You actually find 10 in a bag, and you just...
Who would do this? Takes a Somebody's like, my lizards.
They're missing. You now have 10 lizards.
Oh my god, so much power.
And the bag's like wiggling a little bit.
Oh god, can I check on them? Are they okay?
Yeah, they're fine.
Okay.
They're actually like all like munching on some old fruit that's in the bag. And
Oh, that's okay. All
they're
right.
all wiggling around in there.
Guys are making use of what the world gives you. I like it. Are you guys
Just
ready?
like me.
Are you guys ready for your new home? And then the plan, as Lori Dory and did we give what's her face a name?
Yes, but you did write it down.
I didn't write it down. Amari, right?
Technically, yes, because I changed it. It's Amara.
Okay.
Originally I said it's Imar, and then you said Imara, so I changed it to Imara.
In my head, at least, I would like to go around the house and as they're like conversating, because she doesn't want to like throw she doesn't want to like throw in the lizards at a rate where Amara will be so concerned that she's like, I'm sorry, I have to stop this conversation right now, and I'm gonna cut you off, and I'm not gonna let the conversation develop to something more. So she does want her to be psyched out, to be like, what the fuck is going wrong with my spells? But she also wants her to be like, this girl's here returning one of my potions. I don't even know how it went missing. She's a very nice looking girl. I'm not brewing a potion. I want her to come 2 hours later when she's done brewing a potion.
For remembering that, take another inspiration point, and yes, you're good. That works.
Okay. And they can share this witch potion together. Those are lesbians.
Okay, so you have your bag of lizards.
Yes.
And so go around the house, and what do you do?
You get a boy.
Specifically? So you hear the door open.
Yes.
And you hear talking.
Yes.
Now what do you do?
I think
right now, I need you to take a look at the upstairs, not actually inside, but just pick a window, because you don't know which window is the upstairs bedroom.
There's no window down here? Are you joking? Oh wait, there's a window right here. I want to alley-oop lizard in here immediately as the door opens. Well, not immediately, but like once I can tell the door's fully opened, I wanna yeet a lizard.
Where?
Base floor here on the right of the house.
Again, no, I need you to go around the perimeter with your light and pick a second story window that you can see, and just pick one that is the window.
Oh shit! These are. I thought this was part of the first floor. I want to do this one back here first, definitely. Still, that's a first floor window, right?
This is the one you want to go in.
No, that's the one I want to put a lizard in.
No, I know, but which window do you want to enter?
I'm feeling this one.
Well, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 upstairs windows you can possibly go through.
I wanna go in this one.
That's the one you want to go in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, can I see anything through these windows? I'm trying not to peek in. I do want to go in this one. I don't know. I just feel good about it.
Okay. So, Wynn starts throwing lizards at a conspicuous...
Not too hard. I don't want to hurt them.
At a conspicuously inconspicuous rate. And you can see they're all like, hey, what the fuck, man? I was eating my peaches. And then you talk...
Take a peach, too.
And you see, you get the gist that you are causing a slight disruption to their conversation. There's like a pausing, and then you hear some talking, and then there's a pausing. And how close of a friend are you and Lidori?
I don't want to say they're that close, but I want to say they're definitely friends, but artificially close. Like, Wynn just is, like, friends. Not using her, but, like, people can, like, think that she's a really good friend just about how confident she is.
Give me an amount of time that they spend together. Is it weekly? Is it daily? Is it every other day?
I'd like to say once a week. Definitely, they at least see each other.
I'm going to say you roll me an insight check then, and the DC is going to be 12.
I got a 9.
Would you like to modify that in any way, or just take the you don't know?
If I give you an inspiration, can I reroll?
Sure.
Or does inspiration add?
You're allowed to do either.
How much does inspiration add? Just 1 point?
Our rule is 1.
I will reroll with a point. That was even fucking worse. Okay, I'm just gonna take the L.
Oh no, our rule is 1, or you could roll a d4.
Can I roll the d4
Sure.
for my... Okay. 9. I would have to... What did you say the DC was?
12.
12? And I got a 9?
You
I would
roll
have
a 3 or 4. 50-50.
I got a 4.
There you go.
Okay.
With at insight, you, by voice alone, across the house, you can hear the pauses that you're causing aren't... They're giving the desired effect on Amara,
Okay.
but it's making Lidori very anxious. It is making her extra nervous, like she's fucking up on her talking or something.
I think I will... Right now, I will take a pause, and I will scope the building out. I think I'm going to try to look through, the windows.
Okay.
And I'll try to get a better look from there.
At what?
For what I'm looking for, her bedroom specifically.
And
if
you
I...
find that this window that you're talking about is the exact window you need.
Woo! Is it actually a bedroom?
Yeah, it is actually right over her work desk.
I think the best psychological thing to do is that I am... How many lizards have we disposed of so far?
I'll say 5 out of your 10.
I will leave the bag of lizards down, and I think since she has gone through 5 pings and hasn't done anything yet, I think I'm gonna let it rest for a second, and then I'll be the 6th ping going in, and then I'll stop it.
Okay.
And then... Or should I push my luck and be the 6th ping immediately and... No, you know what I want to do? Ooh, you know what I want to do? What I want to do? I'm going to set a timer. I would like to...
How are you gonna set a timer?
I would like to... So I need to get in through this window.
Okay.
I would like to put a lizard on the ledge of this window.
Okay.
And put a peach inside with an eyesight. So that... lizards are lizards, so they're going to take off.
He's gonna take a little... Like,
He's going to take a minute to be like, do I? Don't I? Do I really want it?
do a few push-ups and then...
Yeah. And then go and get it.
Okay.
So, but I want to be the 6th ping, and then him be the 7th.
Okay.
So that way, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, she's getting psyched. I'm 6, I'm in here doing my thing. And then 7, so if that really bothers her, she'll come in here first and look around. That's, yeah?
Okay. So you pop on in.
Yeah.
Ping. You've done your you do your peach trick,
Yes.
and now you're in the room. And you see...
That's it, I'm in the room.
Hmm?
That's it, I'm just in.
No.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In fact, so now you're here,
Uh-huh.
and so now you're in the room,
Is this what I'm... No.
and the room's lovely. It's sort of like, not Wynn's dream home, because I would imagine Wynn's dream home is like the floors are made out of gold, and like
Oh,
she
yes.
has diamond butler,
Yeah.
and you know stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this is a life that I assume Wynn would not hate.
I could settle for this.
It'd be it. It is.
But nothing less.
It is nice. Again, very nice bed, but that skull that's in there is actually... This is the first time they put a skull in the place, and I'm keeping it. There is just a skull on her bed.
On her bed?
Yeah, do you not see it?
Oh, wait, that's the last man she was with, and she'll never let it happen again.
So there's a skull there, and then you have all these papers all over the place. This is a sarcophagus, and I want to just... The Tailspire can't do it justice, Christy.
Uh-huh.
This really is just like... If you were like, yeah, I want a goth witch bitch, like, that's her.
I want a septum pierce goth hot baddie mom.
Just step on me.
Who can step on me.
That is this. That is what you are standing in the...
Okay, is this an actual painting?
Yes.
It's like the continent. How cute. Okay. Do skulls go for anything on the market?
Do skulls?
Yeah.
No,
No, I can't take that. It's too obvious.
They probably do.
Because it's a component for a spell, right?
Probably.
It'd make a really good focus. But we are getting right to work right now.
Is she talking out loud to herself, like to Demos, like she normally does?
We won't say. I think.
More importantly, let me also point out that that's probably not actually a human skull.
What would it be? Like
Probably
a troll,
like
a goblin,
raven.
a raven?
Yeah,
Oh.
like a bird skull.
That'd be so small. Don't you know how small a bird brain? You've seen how small birds are.
I never said it was a normal bird.
But I don't think when at this point, I think talks out loud more than she ever has in her life because she does have that sinking feeling of like something is in me. But she is just trying to make the best out of it. So she's like, well, if I have a little buddy, I might as well entertain him. And I think it does, like, I think she does full on start talking when she's in a situation, like, either stressed or planning a heist. Because, her newfound habit of talking out loud is like, this does make things easier.
It's like therapeutic.
And this is pretty therapeutic. I do kind of like this. Whether this thing is listening to me or not, I do kind of like this. So I think she does have a habit of like saying things to herself. So when she sees the birds, fantastic focus, but that'd be too obvious to take.
You start to see some books be like lifted on their own.
Oh my god.
And you get the feeling like two books float up, and the way that they move feel very human-like. It's the equivalent of someone standing, both books in hand, and one is being more focused on than the other, and one's being held a little bit higher, and you could like imagine a head looking at that page before that book gets lowered, and then the other book gets turned up a little bit more.
He's like, oh my god, am I interrupting something?
And you're then gonna hear a whisper of, "You're always interrupting me. I'm just trying to read. Keep doing whatever you're doing." And this is the first time you've in the back of your head verbally heard Demo speak to you.
Would she know?
You get a feeling that it's like in her brain. Like it's not from a spell or something around her. It is something connected to her speaking. And this is Unseen Servant.
Would she know that that's a spell, or would it just...
No.
Okay.
So she just thinks that it's a presence of the thing.
She will just kind of stand, like...
Pass me that one.
Is he saying that to the...
He says, closing it and handing a... Oh, you think he's passed me that one, and like a book gets set down, kind of a little loud, a little, and then like a different, like the other book shifts to a different hand, and another book comes up, and he starts reading that one a little bit.
She's gonna like kind of look. I don't think she's in shock. I think she is like, that's really strange. This is really strange. And then she will, after hearing that, she'll be like, I'm so sorry. And she'll like, immedially go to, like, finding what she came here for.
I am really sorry. And so she starts looking around, and at this point, you hear a tiny little thud as a lizard slaps onto the floor to grab it.
Is it my timer?
And roll me investigation to see if you find her perfume.
I love having zeros because I know that this is just a 3. I'm not going to use my inspiration.
It's going to take you a while.
Okay.
And as you keep waiting, more books are floating, and Demos is like poking around more things, and things are just floating around the room around her, and just like he's just flipping through pages and messing with notes, and drawers are being opened and like looked through, and you hear the conversation start to trail off from downstairs.
But do I still hear 2 voices? Or like the conversation's like done?
The conversation is like quiet now.
Can I look out the window?
Yeah, you peek out the window and you stare straight into the eyes of Midori.
Do I actually?
Yeah.
Does she see me?
I'm gonna say yes, she sees you, and you see her just go as she sees you, and then she's going to try and go back to normal conversation, and she's gonna be like, maybe it was the wind. Do you have shutters on your windows? They could have,
She's like,
like, you know, maybe that's what you heard, and like, she's covering for you.
oh. Okay. God bless that child.
Well, and then you hear a voice go, "She's an ASMR, God already bless her."
Wynn's not used to this voice at all, and she's not going to get used to it very
Don't
quick.
forget, it's not a voice, it is several voices all talking at the same time. Maybe even with a little echo effect, too, where, like, one voice is a little bit slower than the rest, and they're like, come on, John, speed it up, you gotta talk with the group. And one voice is always more prevalent in him, and it's this, like, sort of, like, authoritative, prideful voice that sounds also a little snarky. And that one is sort of like the center voice, followed by
the foundation.
Few other voices behind it. And my logic for it is this voice is the voice of the first guy who made Demos as a shadow.
Okay.
And all of the other voices is the other people he's fed off of.
Okay, that's cool. I like that.
He's like, do you ever get athlete's foot? It says it's a really simple potion to make for athlete's foot. You do only ever wear those soggy leather boots.
Just call my boots soggy?
They're pretty soggy.
Is the voice being, like, loud?
Like, in the room? Or in her head?
Both. Because if it's in her head, I think she's gonna get I think this is stressing her out, because it's like, what would the equivalent be? It would be, like... God, what would be a good... I don't know what the scene would be called, but it's like when you have this, like, seasoned, I know what I'm doing, and then all of a sudden your son or sidekick comes along, and you're like, that wasn't a factor. That wasn't a factor in this. This is kind of what's going on right now. So, like,
the heist is just falling apart, kind of moment?
It's not falling apart. Like, I think she can salvage...
But there's a really curved, weird-ass wrench.
Yeah, she's like, this is a hex screw. I needed a Phillips. What?
You brought me a hammer. We need a drill.
It's not even that. It's kind of like, why is this happening right now? I don't need this to happen right now. Like, cause she is, like, this is the home stretch. But, like, she wants to process this, I think, but she doesn't have time right now. She's like, I really want to sit down and talk about this. But I also...
Did she say that? Did she say, like, I want to sit down and talk about this?
No, because...
You'll hear him, like, coming. And the voice is... I'm going to say Wynn can't tell whether it's in her head only or if it's audible to others.
And I like that.
And worse is that it's directional. So where that invisible body is that's moving things around, you kind of hear the voice following it, but it's not right in its position either.
Would it be wrong if I could have her be like, this is just crazy witch stuff. It's just because this only happened because I stumbled into her room.
Does she say that? Is she talking out loud to the little voice inside of her, or?
No, I think she says this inside. She doesn't say this out loud, because I think she's still kind of sketched out, because it's not every day you see an invisible person.
Well, she can't see it, but, like, yeah, the motions of an invisible
Yeah, person. And she's like...
The books move with the weight. It's not, like, floaty. It is like someone is holding it and moving it at a reasonable speed and everything, yeah. And
she's like, this is a witch's home. And it's
probably her invisible husband.
Yeah, she isn't a lesbian. I need to tell Lori. No, but I think she's like, this is just all a coincidence. She's again, like, staring, kind of like, that thing would have ran out the door. Like, I would have seen a door open if it was gonna snitch on me. And it hasn't yet. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm gonna. Don't be mad because I'm doing me better than you doing you. And she's just gonna continue on. God, do I want her to ignore it? I want her to ignore it for now, because she does have an objective that is timed, and she does have a very little angry girl that she has to explain herself
And
to.
you can assume, by the way, that what's his name wants proof that you did the job done. By the way.
Oh, fuck, wait, how do I do that?
I mean, you're swapping out perfume bottles.
Oh, you just.
So just bring him the perfume.
But they're not exact. I have to like pour the contents of one in the other.
Yeah. So just take the liquid from her bottle, put it in yours, and bring that back to him. He knows what he gave you to give to her. So when you bring back,
but I would
her
need
perfume,
I would need a third empty bottle to pour her perfume in, so I can pour the one he gave me into hers.
Is Wynn looking for a bottle like that?
She'd be looking for any. She'd take that fucking tankard.
As she's looking, like a little a vial like just floats around and then it floats out one of the windows and then floats back into her.
That's awfully good.
And she hears the voice like, "Come on, thought you were the cunning thief that you were. Come on, we got some time. Your friend is not the most socially adept, and they are running out of things to say."
I need to process that. Because I could have her be totally like, that thing is saying things directly to me. Or I could have her be like, now listen, this is why I don't take partners. I do things by myself. I will not be spoken to like that.
Which one are you gonna go with? The prideful or the non-understanding?
I think she is gonna turn around and listen here. I will not be spoken to like that. This is my heist, and I did not ask for any extras along the way.
I don't take partners for this reason. Part?
Yes.
She says that part, and he goes, "Oh, sure, this is the reason you don't take partners. It's not because you can't hold any, but you know."
I think she's gonna go ahead. Do I have? I want flour. I have oil. Ooh, wait. I don't want to be that rude. Do I be that rude?
To throw oil on him?
Yeah. Tinder boxes. How much sawdust would you say is in that?
A handful.
A handful? Yeah, can I just say that I really quickly just throw some sawdust on them? I'm like, to get like a form or a figure to be like, okay, who has an invisibility spell? I know they exist. I know they happen. What are you doing? I need to see who I'm talking to, either in sawdust form or person form.
Haha! You throw it and it just sort of bounces off of what you can only perceive to be like a pane of invisible glass equivalent. Because it states that it's not human shaped. The spell creates an invisible, mindless, shapeless force. So it's shapeless. That just fills the space that a humanoid would. So it's a roughly 5'6", roughly X feet wide, just like amorphous cylinder. And then you throw it, and then you hear the voice again, like, "You're just gonna get sawdust all over him like that? He's got a job to do. Now bring me more books." And then he goes and like you just see some more books lift up, float around.
She's gonna go back to what she was doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And does she take the vial that he gave her?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like,
That's
thanks.
her little three-way transfer.
Yeah.
And there you go.
What's in here?
Roll me an investigation with disadvantage.
I rolled 11 twice. It's 11.
So what are you looking for? Just valuables?
Yes. Oh, I have a +1 to it. Wait. No, that's a Demos. Ha! Never mind. I do 7-0.
So you're just only looking for things of value. You're not snooping for anything else?
If she sees a really fancy book, I'm talking like gold gilded, She's not looking, like, at the spines, like, ooh, alchemy. Like, she is just looking for really fancy stuff that she'd imagine would go for a good price. No, she doesn't.
Why?
Because this is Lori Dory's girlfriend now. So.
Is she, though? I don't know. Wynn thinks she's straight now, apparently. Or does she? I don't know. Things are getting wild in this moment.
Well, she turned down one man. I don't see why she would turn down one woman. She is not going to, unless she sees, like, obvious money, like, oh, that's natural selection, at leaving your money out in your bedroom, in your home, suspecting no one's gonna take it, then yes, she will take the cash.
You will find 5 gold pieces.
She'll
sitting
take
upon
2.
This fire.
Oh, why is it on the fire?
1 and 1 here.
Oh, I'm not gonna mess with that. I may spew natural selection or not, but I'm not to be omitted from it. That's not something I mess with. Okay, and then she'll...
Here, sounds to me like you're cowering out, but okay. Not taking that book over there, not taking, that nice mug with the gems on the bottom of it. Oh, because, Lori Dory's.
Wait, no, she does look at the mug with the gems on it. Did we miss that? Is that something we missed?
It's sitting next to her bed. And he's going, just because she's going to be her girlfriend now, even though she's already covering for you. Sure.
This is a spell. She's gonna get out of the window, and the whole time she's thinking, she's just like, this is a spell to make me go crazy, because this guy, as she's going through the window, this thing is saying stupid fucking things about my personal life. That's a spell.
And you hear, and it sounds like it's from the window, you hear, like, alright, coward.
See, that's the exact thing that I think a spell...
Also, I never said I was done reading. The voice sounds, like, distant now as you're, like, crawling down the building.
And she's like, look, it's already in the back of my head. It's already going away, and I'll be fine in the morning, and it's just a very weird spell. Maybe I'll ask Lori about it if she wants to talk to me ever again.
And then you hear right next to you, she probably won't.
It'll be all fine in the morning.
When you don't have enough money to stay at the inn you're at.
Oh my god.
Because the inn you're at is a lovely 7 gold piece charge. Because someone has to get her feet rubbed every night. Because, that's right, athlete's foot from your nasty ass swamp boots.
She is going to...
You could take them off every once in a while and, dry out the dogs, right? That's an option.
Try those dogs out. She is going to start making her way back to the Thieves Guild.
Okay.
And Lori Dory can do whatever she wants. The world is her oyster now. Maybe she'll, like, start walking on the trail at a pace that, like, at a long enough distance that Amari can't see her. But if Lori looked over, she could see Wynn walking down, and, like, she can not be stressed in her conversation anymore. But she is going to leave.
Okay.
Do I get to keep the lizards?
I
have 3 left.
Yeah, I'll say
5,
you
6. I have 4 left.
Oh.
I have a bag of lizards.
Okay.
I have a bag of 4 lizards.
Are you good?
What do I do with them? I'm asking something very big. This is 4 little boys.
Yeah, you can just have them.
I know, but can I take care of them? Am I able?
You only have 5 gold pieces left.
I know! Bitch, I'm a mother! I'm gonna let them go. I'm gonna let them scamper into the fields.
Alright, so you said
I'm not ready for this.
As you're walking back to the Thieves Guild, you hear, so the plan is take this back, get your information, have a ruined friendship with your little alchemist friend. I'm surprised you're not gay for her. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Her, or I'm surprised you didn't try.
I think Wynn's gonna be like, do I really think this about myself?
Or you just didn't try getting in bed with Amara. I mean,
do I really think about myself like this? How deep does my psyche go? How deep?
Not very. You're pretty shallow.
How deep do I hate myself?
You're pretty shallow. It's not that deep.
Oh my god, I can't hate myself that much.
And he's like, I think you're misinterpreting the problem. The problem is the opposite. But don't worry about that. We like that here. Alright?
Again, I think Wynn's gonna keep chalking it up to, like, there's just this thing. It's just a spell that's, like...
Alright, meet me back at the tavern then.
Yes.
And you come in, and you see, Falcon.
Yes, Falcon.
You see him...
How do you spell it? I spelled it Fallcon, so I wouldn't say Falcon. So I'll say Fall. Can.
Fallcon. Falcon.
I did. That's right. Yeah. Okay. We're on the same page. We must stay focused.
So you come in and he looks over. He's like, "Lovely. Did you get the job done?"
What does her perfume smell like?
You smelled it.
What does she smell like? No, you didn't tell me because I didn't try. But what's the perfume smell like?
You take a sniff and it is herby. I don't know how to describe it. It's like if cilantro was sweet.
Can I make stuff up for this conversation?
How so?
I want Wynn to say, so you think a woman that wears perfume with notes of patchouli and sweetgrass is straight? That is your fault. But she puts the vial on the counter.
And he goes, "Funny thing, I lied about that." And he takes the perfume and he puts it away. I just needed this. Thank you.
For what?
Do you know how much her perfume is worth?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, don't you know how much I'm gonna get because I'm gonna kill her?
Oh,
Woo!
No.
Alright.
No. She doesn't sell any of her stuff, but the little bit she's given out is so high quality. Do you know how many people in the White City are willing to pay for just this vial?
What'd you give me?
Huh?
What'd you give me?
Knockoff perfume?
Oh. She can always make more.
Exactly. See, no one's hurt, and I'm gonna make 25,000 gold pieces.
Excuse me? No. How big was the
The vial?
Yeah.
Probably about that bottle.
This?
Yeah. Your wax sealed one.
She's like, no. Don't say that.
All I have to do is upsell it to a specific
Don't.
woman I know.
You stop. This isn't fair.
What can I say? That's what happens. It pays to know the information, now doesn't it? Now, of course...
There's no one in the right... No.
What can I say? Designer perfume is apparently all the rage in the White City. I'm gonna change that name. The City of Marble.
Is that the rich bitch area?
Yeah.
Now Wynn is like, I wanted to keep it because it's worth so much. It's not necessarily because she could get 25,000 gold. It's because it's worth 25,000 gold.
Oh, so she wants to be a material girl?
Yes! Daniel! This is the whole MO!
He's gonna take a moment and he's gonna go, "Now I know your style." And he's going to take a tiny vial and he's going to put about 2 drops.
So one use is that.
And he's gonna close it and give it to her, and he's gonna be like, "Now you're holding about 2,000 gold pieces worth of perfume."
She takes it. You spoil me.
Of course I do. My favorites.
Off. This is this, and now I have this nasty voice in my head for information that might get me thrown in jail anyway.
He looks at you and says, "Nasty voice," and then you hear, "Nasty voice." Okay. You need to tone it down. My voice is lovely.
Who says that?
You're the one with the voice that sounds like a cheese grater against someone's ears, okay?
Who says that?
That's Demos.
Oh, it's Demos?
Yeah.
Does it sound like it's in her head, or does it sound like someone saying that?
It sounds like someone standing next to her.
Which side?
To her right.
So this guy?
Yeah, but he's like, this dude is wasted. He's like, just he's probably just like druggedly staring straight. Like he's not even like.
I think she's gonna look down. She's like, a cheese grater, and then she's gonna realize that the guy's wasted, and she's gonna be like.
And you're gonna see Falcon's like, all I said was, what did he say? Nasty voice. What did she say? fuck.
I did say a nasty voice.
Oh yeah, and that's when he says.
I think. Oh yeah.
And he's like, you don't have to yell. You said nasty voice. Like, if it's that annoying, I'm sorry.
No, it's a spell. It'll wear off. I'm sure how long can a spell last? You know?
Several last 24 hours. Others can cast, I think, years.
I've learned to cope with a lot of things. I think we'll make it through this.
Yes, I told you should find one of those mythical things called a therapist, but
this is ye olden times. Those don't exist.
Those are definitely short in supply. Right? That's why we have the greatest therapist of them all, and he just slides a thing of ale towards her.
For me? I still only have 5 gold pieces.
I never said I was charging you,
oh
sweetheart.
My god. And then she takes it. She will drink it. I think I want her to sniff it first. I think I want her to smell things.
Because she didn't smell one thing, you'd ever smell everything. Yeah, she takes a sniff of it.
Well, no, because I'd imagine most things, if you drink, you have like a 50-50 of like if it's bad or good. But like, what's wrong with smelling stuff?
She takes a smell, and it is a very weird aroma. And I'm gonna say this, and since you don't like alcohol, you don't have a fucking judgment.
Yeah, I don't.
And I don't have anyone who knows alcohol to tell me that this would be vile. But it is a beerish, like ale-like thing. But it doesn't give you that weedy, yeasty smell. Instead, you get like a nutty smell, and it smells like roasted cashews.
Oh. I think she'll get like girl excited and like I don't know what you would call that, but females do it all the time to the point where guys are like, why do women do that? But she gets physically excited.
The estrogen jitters, I don't know. The gays do it a lot too, so maybe it's just a feminine thing.
This is for the gals and the gays. But she will get excited.
So should the other line be it's for the guys and the lesbians?
But she'll get excited and she'll be like, okay, what do you know that you will tell me?
I have a map of the exhibit. I have
How did you
names of several of the guards who will be working there. I have a little bit of dirt on several of the guards who will be working there. What else do I have? I have a list of certain things and some values that they come with. And I also have information of a very, very dangerous person that you should not let look at you.
Is that Vintagram himself?
No.
No?
No. Pentagram, to my knowledge, and we all know my knowledge is vast and very accurate, it's a little bit of a ditz. A little bit, how do you say, stuck up his own ass. Calls himself a wizard, isn't a wizard. He's one of them sorcerers. He pulls the magic out of his ass, from what I've heard.
And still can cast more magic than me, so what's an apple to an orange?
No, that's true. So, you don't really have to worry about him. However, he is well known and is carrying around a lot of special things. And, sorry, slipped my mind. There's 2 people you shouldn't let see you, because he's rolling with a cleric who is known to, let's say, dole out punishments as they see fit.
A murderer. That's...
No. I'm talking the, thief steals an apple so they get their hand smashed by a hammer.
At least you didn't say cut off. Woo!
Yeah.
I thought he was...
Mind you, the hammer's about the size of my head.
Oh. Well...
Okay.
So a normal-sized hammer.
Anyway. And she is traveling with him due to several of the treasures he's taking along are religious artifacts.
Ooh.
So, I would recommend not touching those unless you want several different churches aiming to remove your head. Also, probably several gods cursing you.
That's what makes life exciting.
Die at your own risk, not my problem. I will miss you. I won't visit your grave.
That's sweet.
I'll miss you. I won't visit your grave. Makes me look suspicious.
That's sweet.
Now the other one is a very say murderous individual. Know how you're thinking about the other one? This one is that.
You're like, this one's straight murder. This one's
one will
bloodthirsty.
This one will just kill you. Famous bounty hunter, and she's kind of how do I put it? A Gorgon.
A Gorgon?
Romy intelligence. Unless you just want to not know what that is.
I got a nat fucking 20.
You immediately go, oh shit. Because a Gorgon is a Medusa.
So she can just turn me to stone? Literally? Is that a species? Is that like a legit species? Or are you just...
Technically, Gorgons are their own thing.
She's been domesticated.
There's only one Medusa.
Uh-huh.
Technically. If we're going Greek mythology, there's only one Medusa, but there are several Gorgons. Mm-hmm. Medusa's the only person who can turn people to stone, but in D&D, if we follow what the monster manual say, Gorgons are their own thing, and there is a race that are the Medusa.
Oh.
And all of them do the Medusa thing of turning you to stone.
Would that be petrifying?
This
Indeed
one is named Medusa, and is called a Gorgon. And what I'm going to say for this world is they are a off-branch of the snake people. Yuan-Ti.
Yes.
They're an off-branch of Yuan-Ti, and they can harness the ability of Medusa and cause petrification.
Okay. Okay.
He's like, you can't miss her. Snake body is very attractive.
Oh, I'm sure.
Will murder you.
Okay.
Lots of blades.
Okay.
And so, if you're gonna get get caught with your hand in the cookie jar, either expect to lose your hand or lose your head. So.
Alright.
And he just slides you over a little pamphlet-like packet, and he's like, map, guards, dirt on guards, and that's all I really got for you. Oh, and the list of some of the valuable items. And my favorite list for you, a list of the not as valuable items.
Okay.
Of course, everything at this exhibit's going to be worth quite a bit of cash, but, if you want to stay under the radar, pick from that list.
Okay, so Wynn will also get physically excited again having all this information, so she'll take it all, she'll scoop it in her hands, and she will be like, you spoiled me! And then she will down the rest of her beer ale cashew thing.
Yep. And it tastes like roasted cashews. Like, going down, it is like, you somehow in a drink tastes toasty. And it's warm. And it has that, like, buttery savoriness of, like, when we had those roasted cashews.
Okay. So she is going to leave, and then as she goes out the door, she's gonna say, I'll either see you in 2 days, or savor my last happy moments. And
and he's going to, like, raise a hand, and everyone else raises a nail, like, yeah, they all drink.
And then she's going to go find a tavern that...
I'm going to say the tavern she normally stays at does cost 5 gold pieces a night. It is the fancy one with the foot rubs.
Do I? She, like, if I'm going to die, I might as well make my last night, as material as I can get it.
And then you hear the voice again, and he goes... True, but isn't your plan a 2-day plan? Have fun sleeping outside for the day before your big heist.
But this information changes things.
Ah, now she uses her brain.
I want her to skim through the stuff as she's going, but she doesn't want to be near people. Like, I want her to take, like, an off-beaten path to Loridori's house.
Okay.
Like, reading it as she goes. I assume eventually she'll stop at one point because it's getting dark and, she can't fucking read in the dark. But I do want her to, Because I don't know if you were thinking, if the information makes it that she can do it in one day, she will just do it in one day.
I definitely think with the information, she probably could do it in one day. It just won't be the approach she had in mind originally.
Okay. But I do want her...
So how long did I say this thing was going to be in town?
4 days.
I'm going to change that number.
Okay.
To
A week?
And I'm going to say, the way that they have it planned, a week is 7 days.
Yes.
There are actually 4, themed days.
Mm-hmm.
Or 4 themes that they show. For the first 2 days, it's theme 1. The second 2 days, it's theme 2. The third 3 days, it is theme 3. And for the last day, it's the special last theme. And that is how they have it.
Do they have, what the theme... Did Falcon...
He does.
Okay.
Theme 1 is the treasures of the elves.
Mm-hmm.
Theme 2 will be we'll call it the wilds of Vemel, sorry.
No, you're okay.
Then the next one will be called the Celestial Night.
Night as in,
Night.
Night? Or, as a person?
Nights.
Okay.
Well, no, we'll just call it, the Celestial.
Well, no, it'd be really cool if you made it knights as a knight in armor because it's a cleric.
There you go. Okay, I'll take that. And then the final day, it is simply titled, and in the notes it says this too, in the note it says, I have no clue what this means. And it says, and you recognize Falcon's writing of, that's his little note written on there.
Uh-huh.
And the last theming is called The Orb of Eyes.
Okay. He doesn't know what the fuck that means?
Yeah. And so with this information, you can assume anything that would be out in the exhibit on that day will not be in a storage area in the back like the original plan was to go to.
Is this something that's advertised? Are they four exhibits each on a different day? You only see them once. There's only one opportunity to.
Yeah. And what I'll say about the last one is I'm changing it. It's not the Orb of Eyes. It'll be Ring of Nature's Prince.
Nature's Prince?
Yes. Prince. It's in royalty.
2 E's?
No, I don't know. Not Prince,
No,
Prince
you said Princee. You said E twice.
Oh, maybe I'm just having a stroke. Yeah, I am tired, and it is 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm sorry.
So, that's what your information is. In fact, we're going to end session there.
Okay.
And that way you can think of your heisty stuff.
Yes.
Before next session.
Woo, aren't I a fun D&D player?
No, I hate everything. No.
What do you mean?
You are very mean to Lori.
What do you mean?
When you find her, I'm gonna.
Is this not the Wilson to my house?
I'm gonna skip to that part when you do find her. And you go back to her house because that's what you said you were going. She is sitting in her chair, very furious.
She turned toward the door,
like a father expecting their child to come home after sneaking out, and she is just staring at you.
I'm sorry, Mom.
And she's like, if you think sorry's gonna cut it, you're wrong. I don't care how much Sune says forgiveness is important, I'm mad at you.
Well, I thought that, nothing that a trip to the locksmith couldn't fix.
Oh, a trip to the locksmith, even though you burglarized the home of the woman you were trying to set me up with.
I did not burglarize.
I thought you were being genuine.
I did not burglarize anything.
Roll me deception with disadvantage. And she's rolling it with advantage because she knows you.
Oh, God.
landed on one landed in here, and then the other one landed on an edge here.
What did you get?
Let's see. 20.
A 20?
She has a +3 in insight and rolled a 17.
I got a 4. So that would be 11. But I didn't take anything. I didn't. I swapped something.
That's stealing.
That's not. I didn't steal it. I didn't take it. I just needed to do.
I'm gonna say she just gives you the motherly, stern look of I know what you did.
I needed to do something for a job that involved swapping something. It's harmless. It was so harmless. That's why I got you involved.
It's so harmless. You didn't just ask her?
I did not take the bottle either. That was actually not mine. Well, because she would know that I needed... Why would she let a stranger swap something out? I don't know her.
Maybe, well, let's think about this then. How about we think about how you wouldn't let someone swap something, so why did you force her to swap something?
Do I be honest? I don't think she knows I'm a thief, so this is kind of awkward, but I might as well let her know because we did make eye contact, and that was really awkward and not something she really expected.
And you see her, like, she takes a seat, and she's like, I covered for you. And she was so pretty. And now I can't look at her without thinking about the fact that I lied to her to help you.
Ouch. You know, what am I, chopped liver? I'm pretty too.
Sure. And you're totally into me. Bullshit. She wouldn't say bullshit, but she's like, yeah, sure.
Why was Amari totally into you? Is that
Stop changing the subject.
It wasn't using you. It was just killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
How do I feel about that idiom?
It was feeding 2 birds with 1 scone.
Better.
I had the potion. I didn't know what it was. I did not steal the potion. The potion simply came into my possession. I happened to have needed to do a job involving being inside her home and planting some lizards.
That's why there's so many... Ignoring that.
You did go in her house, didn't you?
I could see them be tossed through a window.
Scott's not here.
Is Scott here? He just left.
That may have involved swapping something, might have involved a lot of lizards. But I didn't really think it was a good idea. Whether I had the job or not, I did really think it was a good idea for you to give her the potion back anyway.
You didn't?
No, I did.
Oh, okay, I heard didn't. And then she's going to be like, you're getting my lock fixed, and you're sleeping on the couch tonight, because I know you don't have enough money for an in-room. And you're not taking my bed this time. She walks upstairs, goes to bed.
I think Wynn will take off her boots and let down a hair and consider this a victory.
Take the dub.
I think we will take it as it is. It's not the best, but it's I mean, she was gonna take her to the locksmith either way anyway. I think we'll just gas her up a little bit while we're at the blacksmith.
And that's what we'll call session.
Okay. See, that was fun. I'm so fun. I am a fun player.
It was a lot of fun.
And that's the end of the first episode. Thank you so much if you got it this far. Daniel, I know that you're going to make it to the end. You better. I put a lot of work into editing this. But for any strangers that decide to deal with that really high-pitched noise in the background, thank you. I really appreciate it. I promise it's not in the next episode. But if you want to keep watching, me and Daniel, Daniel started the habit first, but we always do after session ratings, just so that we know what the players felt. In this case, it's just me, but also what Daniel thinks, his thoughts and opinions, and we talk about that. In the very end, I just have bloopers of things that I cut out, because they didn't feel right to keep in, but I also thought they were just funny, so I put them in the end. But that's it. Thanks for hanging around. And I don't know when I'll edit the next episode, but it'll be up when it's up. Do you want to give a...
No, you can get fucked, nerd.
What? You don't want to give me a highlight, lowlight?
You do it first, because that's the rules.
I had a lot of fun, actually. I don't want to say 10 out of 10, but I also don't want to say 10 out of 10 because I was going to say my 10 out of 10s come out with the beauty of playing with other people, so I don't feel like that's fair.
Wow, okay, so just because you're not playing with other people... Wow, I don't count as other people? Wow, okay, whatever. You playing Demos?
I do think this... I don't know how I want to have Win react to him. I think I am just going to play it off as, like, I'm just going mentally insane because I stepped my boots into the wrong home.
Yeah, your athlete foot.
I don't have athlete's foot. But no, it definitely... Do I want to say 10 out of 10? I don't want to say 10 out of 10 and be like, you're lying. You're lying about your score. Because I did have a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun.
10 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun. My highlight is that you're making Lori the Will to my house. The Wilson to my house. I do love someone to emotionally abuse and use.
Fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible. That is your highlight?
Yes. Because no, the second you're like, you make eye contact with Lori. And then I was like, ooh, and the second you said she continues the conversation, I was like, that's it. This is the Wilson to my doctor house. This is the man that will cover up my narcotics obsession.
I will say there's one thing you have to do then, because we both agree that House needs to actually be nice to Wilson. You actually need to be nice to Lori.
Win is nice. What are you talking about? The name that she's going by is not Win, by the way. I know we've been saying Win, but it'll be Desiree. It'll be not Win.
So
Desiree.
Does she not know that?
No. Everyone. Absolutely no one knows her name is Win.
I will say one person does.
But that's just the spell, making her go crazy.
Not Demos. One person knows her name.
Who?
One person.
Somewhere?
No. You've met them.
I've met them?
Falcon.
Falcon? Okay.
Falcon knows the name for sure.
Does he use it, though?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
He says,
Respect secrets. I respect it.
But
he's like, that's not uncommon for thieves.
Yeah, and
I'll say
she also knows that his thing is knowing things. So he likes to know stuff, but he doesn't always have to like give it out as information. He much more like, who knows? Maybe we could say. Would you rather him have gotten it from like hunting down the information, or maybe one day he was like, easy, you tell me your real name and I'll exchange that for the information you needed today. And that was like that case where it's one of the things where he loves having information to the point where he trades for it too sometimes.
It depends. It depends on what kind of case it was. Because if it was like, if Wynn's like, I can just go and do this in 30 minutes, I'd rather not. But if it was a case where it's just like, like it could have been a little bit, she would have been like, that's flattering that my name is worth that much to you. It wasn't to my parents.
Well, yeah, they dropped you off at an orphanage.
Yeah. But I also like the second one because I also be like,
I wouldn't have.
How could you tell? I'd be a fucking baby. But I also like the second one because she could be like, you went through all that from little old me to find my little old name.
So which one?
It's really sweet.
Which one would you prefer? I imagine Falcon a little bit more like Mikey from, just a little bit, from Neon White.
Neon White.
A little bit like, don't get too cocky, kid. But he is sort of like.
But
hey,
White is still like, Mikey.
Yeah. Don't get yourself killed, kid.
I think I like the second one.
where he hunted down the
Yeah.
information.
She'll be like,
he likes to
so,
know.
who did you hunt down? Did you find my parents? Good, because I'm not looking for them.
He'd laugh and he'd be like, they're dead.
Good.
Or maybe they aren't. Maybe they're rich.
Mm.
Maybe they're the one true king. You'll never fucking know.
Too bad I'm not curious.
Exactly.
But I am
See,
curious
that's
about...
That's the best part.
I am curious about where you got my name from.
Oh, you'll never know.
Sweet.
Maybe demons.
She, like, looks him up and down for, like, tattoos. Like, what else would a demon do? Horns.
I will say he's... I will point out, because I didn't give a description of Falcon, he is, like... Again, I told you he dresses nice.
Yeah.
But he is, like, clean shaven, clean cut. Like, no markings, no scars, no nothing. He's, like, perfectly...
Then she'd be like, you do dress very clean. You... It's like, she'll stop, like, I'm connecting the dots. No.
Maybe I just asked God.
I know that one's not right.
Of course you do. So, now...
But that was the highlight, knowing that I have a Wilson to my house. Just the eye contact.
And low light?
What would my low light be? Honestly, my recording software. No, my low light is wanting to play D&D at 11, but we didn't start until 2.
Audio can't pick me up smiling. But it can pick me up dying. That's fair.
I'm giving you my period coughs.
I just think it's the wings. I think I am legitimately allergic to something.
Oh yeah, it's my baby getting allergic to chicken.
It can't be chicken. I eat too much chicken.
It's the ranch.
No, I think it's gotta be one of the spices in the Cajun and or the Louisiana rub.
Either way, you're allergic to... Wait, no. No, there's a lot of Cajun seasoning in Louisiana. You can't step foot in Louisiana.
That's not true, because I used to eat the shit out of Cajun seasoning at, Cowboy.
I don't say school. Oh, okay. Oh, because of that special spice that's not that special. I will never have honor for that place until they use real butter. I cannot believe you were giving me food that was using synthetic butter oil.
Yeah,
I will not.
Honestly, it's super gross. Because
It's disgusting!
we have just a metal container that we fill up the whole way, and then we just leave it on the stovetop the entire day.
That
it keeps it hot enough that it's not unfood safe.
That is foul.
And they just have a brush that they just dip into it and paint on your butter
That is
flavored
disgusting.
oil onto your shit.
That's
yeah.
gross.
It was fun. The first day I asked Gabby to make me toast as part of my breakfast, and it was just this soggy piece of bread.
Because she probably just threw the bread, forgot about it, and then put it on the grill. That's disgusting.
It was so bad. It was so bad. And that's why from then on I just asked it with no butter, and I would just go into the front and I'd steal the whipped butter for the pancakes. Put that on. That shit's good. So you said 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Highlight.
I had a lot of fun. This was really fun.
Highlight was.
I was kind of nervous because I was like, how much can we do with just 2 people? And I'm like, well, Daniel's my boyfriend, so I don't want him to go too soft on me if I fail stuff, because it's going to happen. Which, this hasn't been disappointing me. I haven't rolled no, I did roll in that one, but that was just a funny...
It was a test roll.
That was a test roll. I do get a lot of 4s, though, which is...
Concerning.
Which is a little concerning, but I do get a lot of 14s, which isn't as...
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible, yeah. There's a 1. But I rolled 3 nat 20s, not at, like, crucial times, mainly for lizards. And... What else?
Hey, that's back. I'm surprised
That was 10 lizards.
I'm surprised you let him go.
She's not ready, Daniel. She's like,
She's not a mother.
She's like, I can't even
She
afford.
needs drama.
I can't afford to take care of myself. How could I afford to take care of them? Maybe this is what my parents felt.
And the Demos would be like, if you didn't spend 5 gold pieces a night to live in this ridiculous tavern, and maybe got something more sensible, who knows? Maybe you'd have enough money to own 4 lizards.
She's not. She's like, why would I say that about myself? Do I?
Highlight, or my rating would be...
Why would you do that?
I'm gonna say a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Not a 10 out of 10 just because I feel like... don't know, I feel like I could have done better, or like it wasn't picking up speed enough, or
I'm sorry, I'm not fast enough for you.
no, that's fine. I think it's me, like
It's not you, it's me.
that's fair. But if that's the case, I'll bump it up to a 10 out of 10. My highlight will be, I like that in this like one-on-one medium, I can just be like, what do you want?
Mm-hmm.
Like stuff like that, and because I know you and we talk about media so much together.
You can make the Wilson to my house.
I can make the Wilson to my house, but I also could make Wilson extremely gay, but also extremely straight, but also a mess and can't talk to people. Like, I can just do all of that.
Yeah.
And like it's nice to be able to like customize the game to you, because I know pretty much all the characters that I put in you're enjoying.
Mm-hmm.
I know all of the interactions you're enjoying, because if you're not enjoying them, you're going to make them short. And stuff like that. I'm surprised you didn't try to fuck the Cuddy druid.
Things to do, Daniel. You can't mix business and pleasure together. I bet she was like, fuck!
That's how Win would be.
Yeah.
And so you know, like, that's the really, really nice part about the low light. If I were to pick a low light, it would be I am worried of feeling like I'm forcing you in a direction.
No, that's okay.
But
as long as you, like, because I don't want to be, like, completely free. Like you saying, like, oh, there's a thing in town that's coming, and it's 4 days, and I'm gonna give you schematics for everything. That, because what else am I gonna do, you know? Spare change? Wynn would never do that. She would kill herself first. She would pickpocket a child first.
She would pickpocket a child that she knows is starving to death, and that is his only money. She would do that before she begged. Because that kid could beg.
Yeah. That kid would do much better begging than her. Oh my god. But yeah, like, I don't mind that at all. Was there, like, a point that you were like, this is too pushy?
Yes, no. For me, I'm trying to get you onto a path that can actually take you on a greater adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to hit you with the inciting incident that gets your character to go from, this is my normal life, which is wake up, steal something from someone, sell it, make money, spoil myself, repeat, and like that's just her life. Because if I tried to make a campaign out of that, it would become so boring and repetitive.
Yes. Well, I mean, there'd be only so many scenarios you can do before it does come.
Exactly. So I'm trying to immediately get you out and save those moments of you getting
espionage and
you doing wins
and tomfoolery.
I want to save that for later on, where it's like Win needs to do X, Y, and Z for the actual quest, and Win's like, I'm great at this thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then like go and do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I also see that giving you the same scenario twice could be a possibility. Like this scenario, you definitely could have talked your way into the house, and then, you know, found a different, got more information on her, talked your way into the house, hung out with her, gained trust, and then stole her shit. You know?
No, I don't want Wynn. I don't think I will have Wynn to do that, because I don't want her to, because Wynn didn't know. If Wynn was like, oh, this is a simple swap and there's nothing lethal, then she'd be fine with making that connection. But she didn't know, and she's like, I don't want to lie and
then kill her.
Like, I don't want I don't want to be friendly and nice to this person, and their death is because of me.
Oh wow, giving your character a conscience now. Rie called. She kind of wants one of those.
I think Rie's very happy with 5 men. But yeah, she just, I would want her, if someone she, like, loved dearly was, like, at death's door or, like, being held hostage and she had to do that, she would. But she's just short on cash, you know? She doesn't want to, well, I mean, she was willing to kill this person for money anyway, but she doesn't want to be like, I'm getting to know this person, and this person's actually pretty nice and just trying to live their life, and I'm just trying to kill him for a quick buck, you know? She'd rather leave that out of the equation.
But again, but still saying, that means only if you're gonna murder someone. If you were just gonna, like, steal from them, or, you know, copy something, or read, like...
But she didn't know that, that's what I'm saying.
But again, I'm saying, like, if I
Yes,
use the
yeah,
same
she
scenario, and death was not a potential,
Yeah.
you could do that whole thing, right? Like, if he was like, I need you to sneak in and just find this spell book she has.
Yes.
I need to know this spell, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Then she wouldn't have a problem doing it. So again, I can give you the same thing later on, to, like, I can have a wizard be like, well, if you want the information, this wizard has it, but it's locked away in his fucking room, probably.
Yeah.
So go get it, bitch.
No, yeah, she would do that.
And again, it's like, so I can save those for later, but I need to get you out and about and doing things, so if it feels like I'm railroading you, I am. But
It doesn't feel that way so far,
I'm going to railroad you in what I would call the gentlest way possible, and it's less of a railroad where you're stuck on the rails, and it's not a sandbox. I feel.
And you're not screaming because you're tied to them. And
well, to the railroad tracks. The way I would like to describe it is, you are in a car on a road. Sure, the road goes places, but you could always go a little off-roading, you know, is there a dirt path I could take, is there this? There's road signs that tell you, oh, you should probably take a right, you should probably take a left, and stuff like that, but you still ultimately have, if the DM is trying to tell you to go to Atlantic City, and you're like, LA, here I come, it's like, you can do that.
That's not on the map!
And it's like, the benefit to that system is I will push you in a certain direction, but if you're like, I don't want to do that, can my character go search for a magic sword? I can start pushing you in the direction of magic sword now, and it's like, that's the beauty of that, like, not sending you tumbling down a hill, but sort of gently pushing you.
Yeah.
And so we started out with the money, and then I said, you want money, here's this thing, and when you get to that thing, you're going to get another thing, and depending on your reaction to that thing, will determine how long or short of a quest that is to get you out doing shit.
Wait, did you... No, that was your low light?
My low light was I felt like I was kind of railroading you.
Okay.
But you understand it's sort of necessary.
Yeah, I didn't really feel railroaded at all. If anything, I need a little guidance, so that way I'm like, okay, I'm done talking to this person for 10 hours now because I talked to this person for 10 hours because I wanted to, but, like, what do you want me to do now?
Yeah, so 10 out of 10, highlight is just a lot of funny character interaction. I want to ask, am I playing Demo straight?
Yes.
Does it feel right?
Yeah.
Cocky and sarcastic and
For now, yeah. I do want them to eventually become friends.
Well, I like to think it is...
No, because they're basically strangers right now. You know, they're basically like... They're basically, you know, that picture of the like, this is our get along shirt, and like it's two guys like with the whole school around them. It's kind of like that, or like two people that don't want to be handcuffed together. That's what that is right now. You know.
Have you ever seen the commercials for the Hitman's Bodyguard?
No.
That's kind of the energy I'm trying to make it.
Hitman's Bodyguard?
Yeah. So, in that movie, character A is a hitman.
Yeah.
Who's in prison.
Yeah.
And he needs to be transferred. So but he's a special hitman who's done special hits and all this other stuff. And so when he's being transferred, there's a lot of people who want him dead, and he also might escape, so they assign him a special bodyguard who's also like a high up, very good special agent, whatever. And the agent's very stern and serious, but the hitman's very jokey and like haha sarcastic, and it's more of a case of the security guard is handcuffed to the hitman rather than them being handcuffed to each other. The hitman's sort of still in control, and he's joking and haha and all this other stuff. And this is sort of the reverse, where Demos is handcuffed to Win. He has to go where Win goes, and sure, he can fuck around, but at the end of the day, she's in control of where they go and what they do. But he's still, like, having a good time, being, like, joking, being sarcastic. Like, he's not malicious in any way, because as we said before, because Win is so prideful and so material girl, he has plenty of food, he doesn't, like, need to be malicious, it's not gonna kill her.
Yeah.
And so him just joking and being a dickhead is just him having fun. And so that is...
Does he love it when she's just like, how could this be? This, my subconscious, there's no possible way. There's just,
I mean, since it's no possible way that she could be going crazy, that sounds like pride to me, so that's probably a little spike of food for him to
Delicious.
Ignorance. Delicious. She has so much of this shit. Oh my god. Yeah. I think it's hilarious. I just want to make sure because, you know, you have your headcanon of how he acts and what he does and what he says and stuff like that, and I sort of still want to follow that while still letting him help me serve.
No, this is good because I only think about the angsty romance they can have. So this is better.
You're the absolute fucking worst. Like, you only ever think of how your character...
Because I'm a female, Daniel.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember you being like, "Oh, is there any way that they could like get
women only want one thing, and it's disgusting, and it's just romance."
Yeah, no, fuck you. I mean, you're terrible.
Daniel, I just like angst and romance. I can't help that those two things go together really well.
They don't.
Look at the whole Twilight series. Open your eyes.
You're not really.
We had a long conversation.
Hey, you're not really a werewolf.
That's so fucking dumb. That's so stupid. I'm gonna stop the recording now. Public beans! This is the main reason Wynn does not want to go broke. She does not want to have the Thieves Guild public beans.
And then fuck anyone who has to sit.
Hi, Koa. He wants to play. Hello. He would like to play the Shadow Dog?
Yes, you are Shadow Dog. Too bad you're off to another adventure right now.
He says, I win.
Yes.
You always win. Oh, how atmospheric. Why did I say it like that?
How atmospheric. Alright, if you go to the left side of town.
Not the left side. I'm just kidding now. Unless. Cuddy is like universal beauty. Like, Cuddy's so fucking. Like, I feel like you could shove her in any, like, international film and she would do fantastic. Like, I could talk forever about Cuddy. I love that woman so much. She's so...
that part out and just make that an animation. And just be like, I was playing D&D until my boyfriend brought up Cuddy and I had a lesbian moment for a solid 30 seconds.
Hold on, let me go get Win. Win. We need not stare at medieval Cuddy.
Even though you want to.
Because it's not an affair, it's just girls having fun. It's just girls being girls.
Okay. I'll remember that when I go have gay sex. Thanks, Christy.
I already know, Daniel. I already know. You asked me to make too many bracelets for Stefan. Do I want to make her, like, oblivious? I don't know. Do I make her like a blonde? I don't know what I would do. Maybe I'll make her like a blonde. I don't know.
I hope you know
maybe we'll just... What?
I said I hope you know that's offensive.
I think Haley would disagree.
Hey, I'd be like, yeah, I'm a blonde.
Haley would say that, like, all the time. I miss Haley. I don't, but I miss her telling me Mars is in retrograde.
You'll never not